I mean, we have two axolotls in our group.
Yeah, we just start speaking Aquan to each other. Go ahead.
Well, that's cool. I'm a water ganassi, so
Oh, so you also speak Aquan, so you're also like.
Hello, I'm under the water. Please help
Hello,
me.
I am under the water. There's too much meaning. Oh,
All right. So,
Eagles have swim speeds, right?
oh
eagles
yeah.
have seven, yeah.
So I'm the only one who doesn't have. I mean, I do have a climb speed.
Doesn't count.
I too can
Fly
climb
in
if
the
I.
water.
Yeah.
So, you guys have all been called to the tower on Duskvale. We're gonna go ahead and start the story while you guys are making your way there. Stopping by Absalom's Plaza on the way, just in case any of you guys wanted to pick something up before the session starts. The world is yours.
What do they sell at Absalom's again?
The way that I've kind of been running the plaza out here is it's just kind of a general market, like open market. So like there are different stalls set up that sell a bunch of different things. It's where they found the potion maker who didn't necessarily know what all of his potions did.
Okay.
So,
Current
90% of potion makers.
currently, Vothri, using his hat of disguises, looks like a middle-aged, like half gnome, half dwarf. So he's like slightly like almost like has like the build of a dwarf, like the face of a gnome, and like that like almost like slight like redhead explosion of a like chin tuft of hair. Completely bald on top, and kind of just perusing some potions.
man, that potion that changed you into a random people really did a number on you, didn't it?
Yeah, it's still going. What the fuck?
All right. So are
Is
you
there a
going
trick?
to his potion shop, or are you just?
Yeah, he's like standing in the potion shop, kind of like looking at potions and their labels if they are labeled.
The ones that have desired outcomes are, aside from that, it is the number system. If you'd like to purchase an unknown potion,
Yes, please.
by all means. I actually think I have that shop set up in game, but I will run that. I'll roleplay that with you if you'd like.
Is it a D100 roll?
I have now up to 50, I believe.
Up to 50.
Yes,
Okay.
50.
How much do these random potions cost?
It entirely dependent on the materials used. He only charges you material costs.
Right. So if I wanted to buy 3 potions,
It'll have 3 different numbers associated with the cost.
all right, I want to buy 3 potions.
All right. I've somehow managed to lose my dice tray. Cool.
Oops.
I know where it is. Give me a second.
To put it into context, I have 1,193 gold on me, so I think I'm good to go in terms of money.
Is that all?
Is that all? You have less money than I do.
Now I know
I
his upper
think.
limit.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You're poor. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Kembash, what was your Twitch name again?
It's in my status, but it's twitch.tv/KWC Gamers.
Okay, there.
I said that so fast that I don't expect you to actually be able to follow that.
No.
Right. All right. So, are you looking for a specific style of potion? Like, I know Ignatius bought a couple of purple ones.
I want to buy multicolored potions.
Game Tiger just followed.
Like full on like chromatic, like swirls.
Okay.
The whole shebang. I want to get a headache looking at the potion.
Okay, there is one. Okay. Um. So you recognize one as the potion you drank inside of the Leviathan.
Is it the one that I think it is?
It is the one that you think it is.
Okay, so it's the big one, not the. Oh, I am now every character, everyone.
Oh no, it's not the So I'm talking about the one that shifted your appearance, not the other one.
That's the one. I wanted to make sure that it was that one.
Yeah, it's not the. Oh yeah. So it will be that one.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So that's okay.
The one that shifts color. It shifts colors every few seconds or so.
Okay. Okay. If I know that that's that one, I'm not gonna grab that one because that
Okay.
was a headache to keep track of. Fuck it. I'll take one random yellow one,
Right.
one random teal one,
Teal.
and one like auburn reddish.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d50 for me, or if you can.
So let's see here, 34 and 41.
Okay. So I need you to go ahead and add potions. 8. No wait. Sorry. Yeah. Potions 15. My bad. I misspoke.
1 second. Trying to add potions 15.
Potion 34 and 41.
Potion 15 and let's see. Currently, I have noted down potion 15, 34, and 31. It was 31, right?
34 and 41.
41. Okay. Fuck it. Let's make it one more potion. Let's make it an even number. I like even numbers.
All right.
Should I roll another dice?
If you'd like.
Okay. I roll another d50. Roll / roll 1d50. 22.
Potion 22.
Okay. You can now move to someone else. Unless I gotta pay, of course.
Yeah, so the total is going to run you 500 gold. But
Okay.
it's a nice even for the 4.
Yep. 500 gold deducted.
Perfect. So if anyone else would like to purchase potions, you may, or if there's something else you're looking for, now's the time.
I assume that there's some sort of like weapons dealer.
There are a few about. I think I know what you're asking for.
We might have discussed it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyone selling, even like bare bones sort of like firearms?
There are a few of those shops around. It seems like they're kind of tied in with the rest of the weaponsmiths. But there are a few. Are you looking for something specific?
I'd like to see what's available.
You've got a couple of you have a couple of options that range from like flintlocks to some more like long gun style firearms. It's really
Probably something on the order of like a handgun.
okay. You've got a few. There, you find this one shop and a small kind of gnomish woman is just kind of sitting there. Running the storefront while you hear hammering of like metal or hammer on metal in the back from someone forging, and
Kind of barely sees over the top of the counter and
yeah, she kind of is sitting there. She seems almost bored, but she's got a good number of different firearms to choose from. Some being like revolver style, others being more flintlock. It's your choice.
what kind of drops his entire kind of money purse of 15 gold, starting class money on the counter, kind of looking over as best he can the top of the counter and asks, what he can get with that,
Um,
if anything.
I'm sorry, 15. You said it was 15, right?
I mean, that's what you start with.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be able to purchase anything at this time. In the way of firearms, we do have a few swords or things like that if you'd like, but if you're looking for one of these pistols, the cheapest one we have is 50.
Okay. He kind of dejected, kind of takes his money back and looks really embarrassed and like scurries off.
All right. Is anyone else looking to purchase anything else?
Maybe like a monk a weapon or something, like gloves that empower my unarmed strikes, or like maybe a better quarterstaff or something.
All right. You don't see anything in the plaza that would fit that
Okay.
description. That might be more of a custom order.
All right. I'm
CJ?
good then.
CJ, I don't want to leave you out.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm just most likely perusing the in the potion realm. Also, just kind of looking at them and probably trying to sniff them and just be one of those like kind of a nuisance older guys going, "How are you doing that over there?" Okay, all right, I see that. Just being nosy to see how they're mixing it.
Yeah. He's got his little cauldron. He doesn't seem to be brewing anything at this point in time. The scent of incense burning is way more apparent than any individual item or like component in any of the potions, unfortunately. But yeah, just kind of hanging around, making yourself known.
Yep.
So, if everyone is satisfied, do you move on into the tower library, which isn't terribly far away?
I'm good. What about you guys?
Lead on.
All right.
The redhead gnome dwarf is good to go.
Thought he was bald.
Yeah, but like he has like the redhead like scruffy chin explosion.
All right. So, for context, you guys have been called to the tower, like summoned essentially. I'm going to go ahead and activate it. When you walk in, this is the view that you see. It is a ton of bookshelves with it's a very tall building on the outside. Then when you get inside, it seems as though it stretches upwards forever. There are a bunch of ladders leading up and, funnily enough, down as well. There a few people mill about, but you notice most of them seem to be either students of some kind or people that work there, if not a combination of both. But you're essentially free to go where you'd like.
Do we know what kind of book we're looking?
So, you guys were summoned by the owner of the library. He didn't inform you of anything else. Basically, just asked you to meet him here.
Okay.
We at least know like what he
Or
wants.
anything else, I would like to use my vigilant blessing
Mm-hmm.
on Vothri.
All right. I can do that for you. Yeah.
Which means I don't know, scratch his head and give him advantage on his next initiative roll.
He scratches bald spot. Oh,
Yes.
God. Oh, I haven't had that area touched for many years.
I don't know, like move up to him so. Give him a
It's
head.
like, from an outside perspective, you just walk up to this like kind of like heavy set gnome and like scratching his head. It's like,
I mean, I could have also smacked your S.
I mean, hey, that's up to you.
Healing touch be like I smack my my buddy's ass for CBA healing.
All right. Do we know what the name of this library owner is?
The only thing that you are familiar with is V. Didn't go any more specific than that.
All right. Voth kind of stop the next person he sees that looks like they work here. But hey, do you know where this individual named V is? Got a letter from him the other day and was told to come here.
Oh, you must be the adventurers, I suppose.
Yes.
I'll
We
fetch
know
him.
let's fetch him, but we are.
Pets was asking.
Who's asking?
I'll fetch him for you. And he kind of just makes his way off. A few minutes go by, so if you'd like to search around the library for anything, you may.
I'd like to see if I can find any books on how to make gold quick, easy, fast.
Get rich quick schemes.
There's something
Yeah.
about pyramid schemes by someone named Madoff.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Putting river water in your socks.
You remember that, do you? Know?
Yeah. All right, 16. You have the general self-help section that's, start your own business in 5 easy steps, or do this and do that. Most of it seems almost like, for lack of a better term, a pyramid scheme, or someone wrote a book when they did something and essentially got lucky with it working.
By the time it took them to write the book, it's no longer going to work.
Yeah, basically, your options are try a similar pyramid scheme to what someone has already done, which you know about how well that can go, or another general consensus is looking for pirate treasure, becoming a pirate yourself, something along those lines.
Well, that I can do.
All right.
Your car, pirate's late for me.
All right. So after a few minutes, this figure makes his way down. There you are. So, you've arrived, have you?
Right, our motley crew here has banded together to help you in your endeavors.
So, I hear that you are looking for a map of just kind of the surrounding Shutter Isles. Is that correct?
Yes. That's right, right, boys. Oh, I was left hanging there. That's awkward.
Yes. Well,
I'm slowly stirring a bowl of custard, looking down over at you, going, "Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah."
Is that custard you've got over there?
Get a big old finger dollop of it and just kind of shove it right in your mouth. Now, don't worry about my feelings. I would really like to know how good it is.
Reminds
I
me of
found-
home.
Well, I found it in the potion shop, so I don't think they'd miss it.
Wait, what? Wait, you
But yes. The map, the book, yeah, what he was saying.
please refrain from eating in my library.
Kind of tugs on the sleeve of the library.
Yes.
Do you have one that has an X that marks the spot?
Unfortunately, I don't have any pirate maps on me, although I do know of someone who has a few. I'll see what I can do for you. So yes. You are aware, just in general, that most pirates frown upon using maps, correct?
Right.
Well.
It, we're not pirates now, are we?
Luckily for you, neither am I. So,
Right.
Tries to suddenly look very inconspicuous.
I will offer you a copy of this map, along with a few other things that we can discuss in just a moment. If you can obtain an artifact for me.
An artifact, you say?
Pulls out a piece of pocket lint and hands it to him. Artifact.
That is not what I'm looking for. I need a power source. Luckily for you, I know exactly what it is and who owns it. I just need you to obtain it.
Right.
I take it they're not willing to part with it amicably?
They might be. Just not with me, specifically.
Ah.
Right.
How you obtain it is entirely up to you.
We will ask nicely.
Right. Who might we be trying to take this artifact from?
Count Felix Moonbrook.
Count Felix Moonbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I know who Count Felix Moonbrook is?
Make a history check.
History. Oh boy. Yes. A skill check I'm actually quite decent at. Never mind.
Fine.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the Moonbrook estates, but aside from that, you wouldn't know Felix Moonbrook himself.
Right. Who is it? Is Moonbrook? Just refresh my memory, if you will.
He's one of the, shall we say, more uppity in Duskvale.
So, why? What artifact is it that you want, and why?
I am looking to power the library, and at this point, you guys look around and you notice this library doesn't entirely fit in with the aesthetic of the rest of Duskvale. Whereas most of that is more of a pirate sort of theme, this has hints of steampunk almost. Elements of electricity. And you notice for the first time, instead of candlelight or floating globules of light, this actually has electric lights kind of strung around the library to keep it lit.
Though they don't seem to be on.
They are on, but some of them kind of flicker. Oh, did I not do the... I hate
No,
this.
you didn't.
Yeah, no, everything's black and white.
Why did no one tell me?
We thought it was supposed to, you know.
Y'all know that I am so bad at this.
I was about to tell you that I didn't know if
You know that I'm
Our meeting of power stars. I was like,
so
oh,
bad
that
at this.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to just
Powers are
be.
working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But for the ability to see, I want you guys to be able to see what's going on.
That's why we were all moving our hearts around the map so we could see the full thing.
I always forget. I always forget to do that.
Would you look at that? The lights just turned on.
Yes.
I can see why you need a power source.
So, I was hoping you would be able to take the etheric core. But, again, how you go about obtaining it is entirely up to you.
Right. Seeing as you're trying to attain an artifact, what are you offering us?
Well, the map. And luckily for you, I own a wealth of knowledge, as well as have a, shall we call him, business partner in the underside of the library that enjoys making things for the challenge. He's the one that built the, well, electric structures you see here.
Looks very excited when you say the word wealth, and then completely like crestfallen when you say knowledge.
A wealth of knowledge, you say? Oh, always love me myself some extra knowledge. Right. I'm for doing this, boys. But what are your guys' opinions?
Your friend. Do you think he might know how to make gun?
I'm certain he does. He enjoys building for the challenge of it.
Let's do it. Kind of just starts walking off without any clue where he's going at all. Just like gung ho, let's go. That's all he needs.
Well, for the rest of you, what would you like?
Just one question before we do take off. You said he would not be willing to trade it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Bad blood?
The Moonbrook Estate and I have not gotten along in a long time. So, if you would like to obtain it by legal means, it would be best if he did not know that you were working for me. And if you would like to obtain it by illegal means, it would be best if no one knew that you were working for me.
So
Right.
complete plausible deniability.
Exactly.
Got it.
So what you're telling me is that we've never seen you in our lives.
Mm-mm. I was aware that you had entered my library, but you were looking for a map, and when I did not have one readily available, you left.
Seems about right. Right, I guess. Hey, I'm not seeing a reason for us not to participate in your little endeavor. But I'm only one vote. I'm only one vote of many, so I'll leave it to the rest of you.
I say it sounds fun.
Well, we already have the other axolotl's vote.
Yeah. Now I'm just waiting for the Zaishu and.
If you look out, you can clearly see he's standing in the hallway, just completely flummoxed as to like which way to go. He's looking up and down, trying to just like,
I think our first thing it would be to figure out where his estate is and how big is this thing that we're going to get? Like bigger than a bread box?
Bigger than a bread,
Smaller than an elephant?
something along those lines. It should be about the size of, well, a little smaller than your axolotl friend there.
So not quite something we can just scoop into the pocket or and abscam with. Ooh,
Not
okay.
necessarily.
Any identifying marks that we might be able to, like, you say it's a power source. I like. Would we know it if we saw it?
Oh, absolutely. It's bright. It has kind of like bits of yellowish metal floating around it. It's fairly obvious.
Is it safe for us to just grab this thing, or?
I suppose if you don't touch the electricity in it, yes.
Right. Okay.
Handle with care, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't go around tossing it around the room.
Mm-mm.
But like, is it just like a giant ball of electricity that we're trying to just pick up with our bare hands?
Define giant.
Bigger than me.
No.
Okay.
I point at the axolotl. He said that size.
They're about the same size. The dwarf and the axolotl.
Axolotl's probably a little thinner than the dwarf.
Maybe.
The axolotl.
About that size could be accurate.
Right. So you're asking us to carry a small person out from probably a place that is very highly guarded and bring it back to you.
Oh, the place
All
it's
in
in
one
is
piece.
very highly guarded. I can assure you of that.
You're not helping your case.
He's
At
still
all.
offering whatever you guys would like as a reward. Like,
I'd like an artifact back in return, I guess.
He's basically giving us something like
essentially.
I would like an artifact back.
Which artifact would you like?
What they have?
Oh, I can obtain almost anything.
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
except the power sources, apparently.
Well,
Except for
I could obtain the power source, and this is me going about obtaining the power source. I just wasn't able to speak with him myself.
right. Well, I'll tell you about what artifact I want once you return with the power source, I guess. Need a little bit of time to think about it.
Yes.
If that's fine by you.
Mm-hmm. Which is. And again,
Right.
well,
No, I'm just going to say that I am willing to do this, but like I said, I need my fellow computers as votes first. I know what the Oxalotl here wants. He wants to do it. But what about the two of you? Zaishu and I'm blanking on your name.
Retsu.
Retsu, that's what it was. So what'll it be, friends?
Sounds like a party to me.
Right. And you, Zaishu?
Same.
all right.
Hey.
So, before you go, the Moonbrook Estate is to the south portion of Duskvale. The artifact itself is inside of the bank of Duskvale. Like I said, I know where it is, and I know who has it.
You said the place was highly guarded, right?
Mm-hmm.
What entrances do you know of that we might be able to utilize?
For
Is
the
there like an entrance underwater, for example?
bank of Duskvale, where the artifact lies.
Yes.
There's the main entrance. However, this is below the bank, inside of the vault.
Right.
There was a scuffle there not terribly long ago in the sewers of Duskvale. Although I figure that's guarded now as well, because of said scuffle.
I know the scuffle.
I know you do.
I would figure that's the whole point of this game.
Also, I was partially responsible for that scuffle, but we don't worry about that. We don't worry about it. Right. I don't remember the name of the fucking guy that works on the council. Do you know what they use this power source for? Are they actually using it as a power source, or are they just keeping it in the vault just to keep it?
He's just hoarding it.
Oh, okay.
He's a collector of things. There's a good number of things in his vault.
Right. 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 uh, the three of you continue the conversation with our friend here. I need to check on something. And Valtry's going to take a few steps back and kind of do something on his own a little bit. Essentially, he's thinking, because me, the player, is also thinking right now.
Well, you wouldn't happen to have any blueprints in this wondrous library, would you, sir?
Blueprints of what, specifically?
The bank?
Legally
Doesn't hurt
speaking,
to ask.
legally speaking, I do not.
Well, I don't think we've been speaking of strict legal things here, so I think the gray area has already been breached.
As a conversation among friends,
Purely hypothetical.
hypothetically speaking, there could be a blueprint section not terribly far away from here. Would you like me to check for you?
That would be outstanding.
All right. One moment. And he kind of takes a second to look around, figure out exactly where he is in the library. After that, he takes 30 steps or so, just around a corner, and comes back with a small little scroll and hands it to you.
Kind of open it up just to kind of, give it the sniff of approval, like, okay.
Of course, I'm going to need that back.
Absolutely. Wouldn't, actually, wouldn't happen to have a spare quill and maybe some parchment. I might be able to do a rough sketch, for a hypothetical chat with my friends later on this evening.
Oh, if it's a copy you'd like, give me one moment. He kind of reaches inside of his robe, like the left pocket almost, pulls out a book, and a quill magically apparates just above. He sets the book down, face open, and the quill just begins drawing.
Looks very
Fascinating.
disappointed, having pulled out a piece of scrap paper and like some crayons. Like the kitty menus at a restaurant. Yeah, he's gonna make his own map.
Man, Order of the Scribes Wizard is crazy fun.
Wow, what are those scrubs? It's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You thought Fireball was fun. Welcome to Lightning Ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've.
Min-max that with
You have resistance to fire, so I can't use my fire spells? Nah, screw you, man. I don't need fire to kill you.
I think there's something in Tempest Cleric, I think, that lets you like maximize your lightning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, after about a minute or so, he's done, or the quill finishes. He takes his book and rips the page out, hands it over to you, and takes the scroll back. It is a perfect copy.
Oh, I take it and give him a little head bow. And it's like, this will work well.
within 24 hours, that ink will no longer be available.
Understood.
I know what I'm gonna do. V, that was your name, right? Or what we should be calling you.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have a room where I could be private for a few minutes?
Inside the library? We do have study chambers, if that's what you're...
Is there a private study chamber where I won't be bothered by anybody?
We can arrange that.
Right. I won't need it for long. Like, give me 15 minutes.
Interesting. Yes, just over there to your right.
Right. Valtry's gonna go in there. And he is going to... He's going to call in a favor for someone that he did a job for before.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to cast the sending spell.
All right.
And he is going to send a message to the head of like security at the actual like because is the vault for the bank is in the same building as the council, isn't it? Or am I misunderstanding?
I don't believe so. The vault for the bank is directly beneath it in the sewers. Like it's a portion of the sewer.
Right, yeah, but they're relatively like close to each other. I'm assuming, considering I think from what I've understood, they're using the same guards.
They would. I'm not. I've never actually ran a game with the council building, so I don't know where canonically that is. So for lack of better knowledge, I'll say sure. they're close enough.
Anyways, Valtry is going to send a message to a person that he has helped in the past, in the form of Lord. I might be getting his name wrong. Lord Alman Oreza.
That's a council member?
I don't remember if he exactly was a council member, but he works within the council building and is responsible for like all the guard detail and all that.
Let me pull up the Duskfell docs real fast. What was the name?
Lord Alman Oreza. At least that's what I have noted down here. Though then again, I have dyslexia, so I might have written this wrong. Oh, wait,
Are you turning us in? Is that what's going on here?
No, I did a favor for him, so I'm going to cash in.
Okay. I'm not. This is probably just me not having ran it.
The DM that ran it, because this was the originally it was the infiltrating the council base that then turned into the quest. Let me just. I'm currently scrolling through the entire quest list here. Gotta find it. Where is it? I saw it not too long ago. It was before that one. Retrieval for the council. It was ran by Cat's Meow.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I will, I guess, give him a voice then. So, what are you saying in this message? Or sending?
Greetings. Or rather, he would actually be using his normal voice.
You get
Greetings.
20. You get 25 words.
Yeah. All right. I gotta get the hands out.
Count it out. Yeah.
Greetings, Lord Orzeros, because that is what I have noted down the first here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vathri. I am looking to meet you in regards to cash in on my favor.
I have you at 19.
I'm at 19.
I think so.
Get back to me quick. Please.
Well, quick is the end of it. Yes,
Also-
after a moment or so. Yes, Valtteri, what can I do for you?
I only have one spell slot, so I need to meet him somewhere. Like that was my implication.
Okay. Well, you said get back to him, and sending allows a response.
Of 25 words as well.
Yeah. Tell you what, knowing that you'll need him to meet you somewhere. Meet me in the plaza in 20 minutes.
All right.
Because I don't wanna cut you out of being able to use your
Yeah.
spell.
Because I only have like two third. Like I could send another third level. Like I could spend another sending, but like that would like cripple my third level spell slots for the rest of the session.
Yeah.
Valtteri kind of comes out of the room. Right. Because sending's not concentration, so he's still in his gnomish dwarf. Right. I've done my business. I think I might be able to. Yeah. I think we might be able to make some headway progress on the retrieval of your wares in an expedient manner.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Again, we'll discuss payment when you return with the artifact intact.
Right. While Valtteri was gone, was there anything that you guys wanted to discuss, or?
I mean, unfortunately, by this time, it's been 15 minutes. I think Machiko would have gotten himself completely lost in the stacks. He didn't know which way to go, and no one stopped him. So he's just kind of been on a mission, but like doesn't know where he's going. He was just lost in the library at this point.
The sauce.
And is extra frustrated because he can't see over things well enough to like make sense of where he's going. Just books on books.
Did you get a blueprint, by the way? Or
I kind of hold up the scroll.
what might that be?
This might be and is the blueprint of said bank.
Very nice.
At least for the next 23 and some change.
Okay. Gampy, I have a question for you. That buff you gave me, what does that do? It gives me advantage on what?
It gives you advantage your next roll.
Just a period next roll?
And then just the next roll.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Right. While we still have the daylight ahead of us, I think it's best we leave. We're going to the square. I have an idea.
Lead on.
So, at this point, it is cresting mid to late afternoon, so somewhere around 5, 6 o'clock. Going back out to the plaza.
I assume you gathered the axolotl one.
I don't have an image for the guy that you were wanting to talk to. I couldn't find him at all. So...
all I know is that it's the cat's meow.
Yeah.
He's still on the server, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I
just
just...
not
When I searched the actors tab, nothing popped up.
Even if you just search up like the word like "oh."
Oh, okay, I did find him there. I don't know why he wasn't popping up earlier.
It's probably because like you like I probably have spelled his name wrong, which is one thing.
Let me go ahead and copy it into the chat.
Is Lord Orzia, I think, or Oreza, or like.
Lord Zeros. All right.
Yeah, so I have it correct actually.
There you go.
Yeah, on the top.
Perfect.
Lord Alman Orzeros.
Yeah. All right. Crisis averted.
Yep, crisis averted. I don't know where Vothri is actually on this map. He's not on this map. Oh.
No. So.
Vothri would be in his normal axolotl form. Kind of like, as we leave the library, he like slowly turns back into an axolotl. Right.
It's another about 3-minute walk from the library back to the plaza.
Voth returning back to the party. So, just to give you all a bit of context, for the person that we're about to meet, for all intents and purposes, you never met him at all, okay?
So we haven't met him at all yet? Because I haven't met him.
You never met him, and you never will have met him. This is strictly on the down low.
What if I meet him after we talk with him, like some other time? Will we'll have met him?
You have not met him today. That is all I am saying. Like, I'm trying to keep it so that he remains anonymous. As I assume that is probably what he wishes to do. Based on my previous encounters with this individual. Oh, and be respectful.
Kind of stands up to his full 2'11" and kind of looks down a little bit on Vontae. Because apparently the height, the extra few inches means something to him.
Not like looks up at you and like, what? Are you just like, are you just going to be standing there looming over me, or are you going to like respond to my sentences in a proper way?
I was just saying that you know, prim and proper is standing up nice and tall.
I guess.
I'm full 3 feet. Or are you?
I'm 2.5 feet tall. It is what it is. Zaishu,
Yeah.
you actually, were you there for the infiltration of the council base?
It was.
Yeah, then you probably remember this person.
Yeah, he screwed us up. We tried hiding from him, but then it turns out he can see through illusion.
Yep.
Good to know.
So
Yeah.
be respectful.
Yeah, the story was we got locked in his office, and then 2 of us were disguised as guards, and the rest of us had the idea of casting minor illusion on the wall, and then we pressed against the wall, and then it was like, I can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just saw straight through our fucking entire ploy, and it's like, oh, I guess we're just bad at what we do. But regardless,
Good scrubs.
Whoever said we were good at what we're doing?
I think, well, whenever the 20 minutes had passed, we would head to the, or at least like be ready at the plaza.
You guys are sitting there kind of waiting at the plaza, and you notice a sort of shady-looking figure. He's got his cowl, cloak on, cowl up. Because of your vantage point being so small, you kind of get a glance inside of the cowl, and you do notice your friend, for lack of a better term.
Valtteri kind of sitting on the edge of. Is there a fountain in the middle here?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of sitting on the edge of the fountain, kind of dangling his legs because he doesn't reach down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck! Matiko's in the pond. What are you talking about?
Sorry, what?
I was just saying that Matiko would just be in the pond
Why would I go into the pond?
within your feet reach.
Yeah, but like that's. His tail is touching the water. Well, Walter's just kind of sitting there waiting for him to approach.
What was it you wanted?
Well, I want to cash in on the favor for the last job that we did for you. Now I might need some help with something that I'm trying to accomplish.
All right. What is it exactly that you're trying to accomplish?
You see, our client is trying to acquire a power source. And currently, the person that is in possession of this power source is a bit of a, how do I say it? Debbie Downer.
And
They are actively keeping this object out of the hands of the establishments of Duskvale, preventing us from improving on it.
mm-hmm.
And I know how much you wish to improve Duskvale.
True. But what exactly would you like me to do?
I have a feeling that due to the close proximity to the council building, that it is probably the people under your payroll that are tasked with guarding this object. So what I was hoping was that maybe they could not be there for a little bit.
You're asking me to remove my own personal guards as well as the council building's guards, so you
No,
can.
just for that brief area within the sewers where we need to enter.
Oh, you went into the bank vault. You're trying to steal something.
Transfer owners, I think, would be a more polite way of saying it.
Yes. A favor is a favor.
Mm-hmm. So then from there we'd be even.
Well, yes, then we'll be back on even terms, and well, if you need any jobs from me at least, I would still provide that as I normally do. And you know I am reliable. I have already showed that once before.
Yes. All right. Well. Tonight then. Between 11 and 12, the guard shifts won't change on time.
Very well. Pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm. And he walks back to the council building.
All right. Well, they're kind of hopping down from the edge of the fountain. I think we've just gotten ourselves into the secured egg pen. Valtteri is kind of like proud of himself. I gotta be right back. Gotta go to the bathroom. So you guys have fun.
Don't all speak at once now.
I'm sorry, I'm over here trying to. Oop. So I just put my wife on it. My wife is flying back stateside right now, so I'm kind of tracking her flight.
Understandable.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your
I mean, I
next
think
step?
we're at this point kind of waiting for. We kind of need to. He just dropped that like hazmat inroad and then like left. So like we're waiting for him to get back. I think.
Well, I mean, you guys can start looking over the blueprints to start trying to formulate your plan.
Yes.
Can we see the blueprints? Like, do you have an image of that?
I can open up the map of the sewers for you, so you guys can start taking a look. Oh, there's all the mess from last time.
It's quite a mess. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So, if you guys would like to start thinking and figuring out, asking questions.
What is the kind of blue box
That would be the vault.
right here?
Mm-hmm. So the rest of this is just kind of sewer platform for people to be able to do maintenance, things like that. This here is the vault entrance.
Oh, okay.
So the bank is directly above this that has a bit of its own entrance off to the side here.
Oh no, then no. I was talking about this box here.
This one? So yeah, this is kind of like a monitoring platform. There's a slight elevator system that ties in with this.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it basically goes straight down into the earth. They've dug the vault out of the ground.
Okay. Can we tell about how far down it goes?
From the blueprint, no. This is more of a blueprint of these sewers, kind of leading around to the vault. You'd have to actually go inside of the vault to know about how deep it went.
Okay. Does it have marked on there where the guards are usually stationed and like the patrol routes or anything?
I don't think that would be on a blueprint.
No.
That would be on a watch list or a duty roster.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Had to. It was helpful though.
Anyone happen to be familiar with stonework?
I take that as a no.
Vothri, if you were talking, you were muted.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, because I saw his thing lighting up on stream. I don't know if he's there or not.
He's not actually muted.
Weird.
So might just
Did
be
I
like
mute?
or something?
Did I mute out for a second?
Nope.
No, you asked if there was if anyone was good with stonework, and then no one responded.
All I know is that I am not that particularly good with stonework. I do, however, have other skills.
And what might these skills bring to the table?
I can detect and dispel magic if we require that, which I think we're probably going to need. I can disguise myself, and he sees like, as he like kind of waves his hand over his face, he now all of a sudden looks like Avaricus' character,
I mean, that's
same height and everything.
That's an interesting question.
It's a
Given they
slight
were
change.
both blue axolotl with pink frills, how much of a difference really does that make to the other characters?
It's just almost like a height change, basically. Valkyrie and you and Valkyrie look very similar for some reason. That's weird. Who would have thunk? If we are going to go down a long like elevator shaft, I can cast Featherfall on us.
Do we think there might be like kind of motions with his hands? He doesn't have a good word for it. Kind of like spins his hand kind of clockwise, and then counterclockwise, and then clockwise again, and kind of motions opening a door, like a big
A vault
hulking
door?
door. You know, like the door.
Yeah, a vault door.
Yes. Do you think we need to open one of those?
Uh,
You mean is someone who might be able to pick a lock? Is that what you're edging towards?
I can. I just don't have any tools.
well, we can buy tools. We still have
Right.
until.
I start
Not
rummaging
really.
around in my side pouch and I start pulling out picks and shivs and tension bars. And then I just kind of drop them back in. I think we're good.
Those will do.
All right. Vothri, you've been inside of the vault before, correct?
I've been inside the sewers before.
Okay, you weren't one of the two that went down into the vault itself?
No,
Okay.
I was only inside the council building.
Okay.
Would have been nice if we knew if Nameless had been in the vault, but he's not here.
I don't remember who went inside. I want to say it was Severed and someone else who's no longer in PA, but I don't remember. It's been so long ago.
Yeah.
This was like the third or fourth session I ran.
Say, Zaishu, don't you have good stealthing capabilities?
I certainly do.
And just FYI, Budgie's going to join us in about 10 or so minutes,
Okay, good.
give or take.
Yeah, he's also like, for some reason, he's super stealthy.
He's a shadow monk.
Oh, he's a shadow monk.
Yeah, I'm a fucking shadow monk. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're also like a shadow monk with like Twilight Cleric. It's like fucking hell. Scary as shit.
I can remove people's presence.
Oh, you can do that.
There's a full party of stealthers. That's great.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can cast Pass Without.
I will probably need to take off my my armor as it makes a lot of noise, considering it kind of like shifts around. It's scale mail and it just like clinks. I'll probably have to doff my armor when we're going in there, but that is okay.
I clink with you.
Oh, okay. We're both not stealthy people.
Yeah.
Kind of move his shoulders back and forth, and make kind of with his mouth kind of an imitation of the clinking.
Oh, but why would you do that?
It seemed like the cool thing to do. You guys were only part of the group.
Right, but we have a few hours until we have to be by the actual vault itself. Is there anything that you feel that we need to collect before we head out? Like tools of some
well,
kind?
It all depends. If we're going through a wall, we might need picks, shovels, etc. if we're going through a locked door, we have tools for that. I can produce a variety of liquids as needed. Uh, Are we going to go in as possibly your friend? You said he worked with the security around there. Are we going to be requiring security outfits to blend?
I did not ask him.
Oh.
On that topic, Valthar is going to uncork potion 22 and chug it.
All right. It's a good thing I didn't close that tab.
Yep.
Potion 22, you said.
These potions are random, so to find out what they do, we have to drink them. Bottoms up.
Okay.
I can do something similar.
This won't affect a ton, but it is a potion of weakness. The drinker's muscles weaken, causing them to suffer disadvantage on strength-based ability checks and saving throws for 1 hour.
Oh, it's only for 1 hour.
Yeah, it's only for an hour, so it won't actually affect anything, but...
How many hours is it until we gotta be in there, down there?
It was 6 o'clock at night, the guard's shift changes at 11, and then the guards return at midnight.
Yeah. And it's currently 6 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so we have a few hours on us.
Yeah. So by the time the potion wears off, it'll be 7, so it won't affect anything.
Right. Why don't we just get dynamite?
I thought you didn't want to be detected.
Oh, yes.
Well-
of course, but dynamite. It's funny.
Now, I sadly don't. Not quite in that talent field yet, but it would be nice if someone could remove the sound from the dynamite.
Yes, but
I can cast silence.
the aftermath.
Really?
I can cast silence. Wait, can I? Give me a sec.
Fall3, do you remember the enchantments that I used for the TNT the first time this happened?
No.
Yes.
There were
I
a
wasn't
bunch
here
of
for that.
different ones.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, were you not? Mm.
No. I mean, I have silence prepared.
I have silence. I have pass without trace. We can sneak in there easy peasy enough.
Like, and if we really want to be nasty about it, we place 2 silence bubbles right next to each other, like overlapping, so that when the explosion goes off, none of the sound escapes. It's just
Like a fart.
like a fart in the wind. No one heard it. Silent but deadly.
Yes, but you have to worry about the aftermath.
Yeah, the collapsing.
That depends on whether or not it collapses.
Well, but they will see that we have been there.
Well, yes, but whether or not they see that we have been there is not a problem for us if we are gone before they see it. So, if we go in, blow up the wall, grab the artifact, leave, that could be like 20 minutes tops. And they are gone for an hour. So, that is like assuming that we don't encounter anything else on the way there.
Well,
So, you want to buy some explosives?
Every time
I
you'll
know,
break
I
into
wanna
this
buy-
bank, the security is going to get more and more tough.
Yes. Yep. That's the entire point. I want to make it more difficult.
how the hell did they dip the entire bank in adamantite? That's weird.
Why does
Why is
every
there-
vault have animated armor that fights you the second you walk in?
Why does every vault have a fucking genie at the entrance?
Why do they have a Tarrasque as a pet?
Why did they put this
How
vault on the
dare-
moon? How did they even put this vault on the moon?
Why is there a sphinx around behind every door? How? How do they even get this many? Are they like breeding them?
Carefully.
Very carefully. I'm like,
That would be an interesting webcam. Okay, now that's stuck in my head. Now I gotta get it out.
but that is my suggestion. At least, if we are going to break in, finding a way to somehow reduce the sound. We have two people pointing at himself and Zaishu that can remove sound. At least I can cast silence, and so can he. And he can also pass the trace, and so can you.
Retsu?
Retsu, that's your name. I am bad with names. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, given the actual door, as long as now for alarms and things of that nature, I will have to, give that to someone else. But I can. I've got a fair hand on locks and so forth.
Right.
But also, I'm very good with acids. I can burn holes through things. So,
Budgie, to give you some context, if you are there,
Uh, you just see in the corner of the room. I'm guessing your room. Just pops out a penguin.
no, we're currently staying in the plaza. This is just like an image because we're looking at a blueprint.
Budgie was going to the
Right.
plaza for a completely different reason and wound up
Yeah.
just appearing.
Valtteri kind of just like grabs him and like, come on.
Valtteri
So-
heard vault robbery and was like, I'm in.
Budgie
I-
said vault robbery.
Or
I
Budgie,
heard-
my bad.
Honestly, Flair and Budgie have no clue what's going on. He just kind of popped out here.
So, to give you some context,
I'm gonna step out for
Currently-
just a second, FYI.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
So currently, we are brainstorming how to infiltrate the bank vault to retrieve an artifact for a client. We have managed to arrange it so that the guard shift will happen while we are there, so like the guards won't be there when we enter. We're currently trying to figure out a way for us to get into the vault and get out fast.
Well, I come to the right person, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So we're currently in a lobby to a bank, and we're trying to get
No,
into
we're
the vault.
currently in the plaza.
Plaza. Yes. Yes, sir. What are we taking?
And we are taking a power source.
Power source.
Yes. It is roughly the size of me.
Okay.
And we need to get in and out without causing too much of a commotion. Or, worst case scenario, me and Zaishu can cast silence, and then we blow up dynamite right at the door.
That works.
Yeah, and no one would be none the wiser because there would be no sound, as long as the entire room doesn't collapse.
I can also cast silence so that when
Oh.
you're in charge of that. Also,
Perfect.
pass without a trace if we need to sneak
We,
away.
we now have 3 people that can pass without trace.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't think it stacks.
No, it doesn't. But it means that we can like re-up it every hour.
Okay. Who's the people on the board currently?
Yeah,
I don't know who's all here. I only
Yep.
think I know you and Zai.
yep. So, Kurt and Evactus, introduce yourself to our new friend.
Hi, I'm Ander. I also go by Avactus. It's actually a name I came up with. I haven't told even these guys this. They came up with it for D&D back in like 1999, and I really liked it, so I've stuck with it. I use it all over the place, so literally anywhere online, if you ever see like Avactus this, Avactus that, that's me. Um, so
I'm back, by the way.
welcome back.
Just kind of introducing Budgie to Kurt and Abactus.
Mm-hmm.
I am. There does currently seem to be two of me.
It's getting out of
Last I
hand.
heard. Right? There are two axolotls, and one of them seems to be dressed like a pirate, uh, and the other
Is dressed
in
like
scale
Bothry.
mail.
Yeah, the other one's dressed like Bothry.
Yeah.
And Kurt.
Yes, Retsu Trikiri. You see kind of a middle-aged water ganassi, large paunch, balding head, black beard. Always seems to be stirring something in a large bowl next to his side. Confectionaire, cook. Trying to become a chocolatier, but not yet. And I dabble in the sciences of alchemy.
So instead of being a water genasi, he wants to be chocolate genasi.
Don't kink shame.
For Budgie, you see about a size of a Vothray, penguin, straight up penguin, tricorn hat, eye patch on one eye, has a looks like a fishing hook, but like 5 times its size, kind of like wrapped on one of his flippers. Has a kind of like a cowl and a just simple clothing, nice clothing. And yeah, he's just kind of like, if you currently casted detect magic on him, he would be a beacon currently. So yeah, that's Budgie. Mischievous
You
penguin.
said you had a nice tricorn hat.
Yeah.
Without asking permission, now that you're part of the group, Matiko just kind of like swipes it off your head and like starts comparing it to his own. He's trying to decide which is the nicer hat.
Bothry would throw his unused tricorn hat into the batch.
Okay. Well,
There are now 3 tricorn hats that he's trying to juggle all 3 of them. He doesn't really have the largest hands, being a tiny axolotl. So kind of they do get mixed up. I do hope we get the right ones back to the right people. I'm sure.
my name is actually really weird. Okay. So about breaking into a vault and getting a power source.
Yes.
I guess I don't need to know the specifics.
Someone wants what someone else has, and we need something, and the someone who can get us that wants this that this other guy won't give him, so he has employed us to make the transactions happen.
Okay.
Precisely.
And so far we have a bit of an idea, but your input as someone who is more experienced in thieving than I am, you might have a better idea. Also, here you go. And he's going to hand him one of the potions.
Potions of what?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Is it the randomized?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Matiko will also hand him back one of the tricorns.
Which potion, Vothry?
I'm handing him potion 34.
All right. For context, even I don't know what that one does.
Yeah.
Okay. You will pocket it as a mouse tool for use later.
Miska, muska, muska.
Will, I think you already have a good idea of. Do we have dynamite?
I wanted to go buy dynamite while we still had some time.
Yeah. Have we got a lay of the land? Do we know what
Yes.
the area looks like then?
Yes,
Hold
we
up
have.
the blueprint.
Oh. Cool. He kind of just goes over it. I understand none of this. Okay. Might as well go get the dynamite while we have time.
Yes.
Where do you plan to purchase dynamite?
I've been wanting to purchase dynamite for the longest time. I just haven't had the chance to. So I was gonna ask, where could we buy dynamite?
It.
Well,
Like, we've got artifice. We could probably find artificers, and then we have like store. Like, we could probably build our own
Mm-hmm.
technically.
Well, like gunpowder's not
Yeah.
super rare, but nitroglycerin dynamite is fairly uncommon. You guys found a singular bomb a little while ago, and you knew. Budgie, were you there during the bank heist session?
No, I was there for the prison break.
Yeah, the prison breakout. So the prison breakout, you guys found a piece of dynamite that was essentially unused from the bank vault.
Oh,
Or the bank heist. So
That's
they
the thing
stopped
I
a
hate.
bank robbery here after discovering bits and pieces of dynamite around. But those were
Okay.
special ordered into Duskvale by that group.
yeah, that's the thing I ate. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still have it in your body?
No. It
So-
blew up.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was slightly on my part.
Yeah.
Which kind of gave us a timeline and worked out.
Mm-hmm. I'm known to put up random timers without telling my players what they do, or that they're even there. I've done it a few times.
So we can always make a makeshift out of like
Gunpowder.
a small barrel, like a
Hmm.
pocket-sized barrel.
why don't we go check the local mining guild?
There's a mining guild. I did not know that.
I don't know if there's one in the city, but if there is, that would probably be a good place to start because that's used for mining, correct?
Maybe, I don't know. I've never been a miner.
Honestly, I didn't think about that.
I was when I was younger, but then I got older.
You're moving on.
I know what you meant.
Uh,
So there, to clarify that, there is not a miners guild in Duskvale itself. There are mining pockets on different islands around, but I mean you'd have to travel out to them and you'd miss your window.
Well, I don't think the Big Bang was going to be happening, gentlemen.
if, wait a minute. I got an idea. I think. Do we know anything about the disruption of magic?
Yeah, I know how to dispel magic. Yes.
More like if this world has a protective against magic.
I don't know if the area has a protection against magic, but Maybe. It's safe to assume.
I think I remember something about the spell that could open doors, locks, and stuff like that. And if we get a spell scroll, we may be able to just pop it open.
Maybe. Um,
How much are we getting paid for this if we are? Or what is the item that
the
we're getting?
we're getting paid an amount that is going to be disclosed after the job. It seems very much like we're going to be paid whatever we ask for. It seems almost within reason, of course.
Okay.
But that's probably contingent on us and the condition of said object.
Yes, but an artifact is generally assumed to be magic items. I don't think we'll be able to break it that easily.
Well, given your conversation earlier, you might not be able to break it, but you could cause it to explode.
Yes.
So,
Would the spell knock do anything?
It, like rules as written, I think it just opens a door. It opens a locked door.
Yeah, so it'd be a vault door.
Yeah, so it's like it produces a loud knock and then opens the door. So if we cast silence, then cast knock.
And if Arcane Lock is on it, this is above board because Budgie has no clue at this
Yeah.
point.
If arcane lock is on it, then it
suppress for 10
bypasses.
minutes.
Like
No,
knock.
suppress for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
If it's Arcane Lock, it's suppressed for 10 minutes, and then
Yes.
by the time the time goes out.
Yeah.
And since we have silence, I just know that the spell like is very loud. So if we have silence, that we would.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably ask. Baldy's gonna head back into the library.
How far away from like Baltor?
he's probably about a 10 or so minute walk away. He kind of hangs out in Starfolder's Tavern.
But he's gonna. I'll be right back. He'll kind of like casually kind of walk back out the bank and turn a corner and just make a mad dash.
Valtteri,
Waddle,
we're not
waddle,
seeing
waddle,
as
waddle,
we-
waddle.
I thought we were at the plaza.
Yeah, you guys are still in the plaza. I had activated the sewers so you guys could look at the map essentially. We're gonna go to the library first because that's closer, and then we'll hit up Starfolders.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and activate this.
Valtteri enters the library looking like the dwarf gnome redhead again. And he's just gonna pull a random person aside again that works there. Hey, excuse me, but I recently talked to V. I need to speak with him again. I forgot to mention something to him. If you have the opportunity to just tell him to come in for a quick word.
The kid, he's wearing the robes of someone that works at the library, but he just kind of looks at you, nods, doesn't say anything.
All right.
He kind of not slowly, but in no hurry, makes his way out to one of the. You see a very tall ladder that goes all the way to the ceiling of the tower, and there's a little rope kind of right next to it. He pulls down on it. Off in the distance, you hear a bell. Kind of you first you think it's like just horizontally away from you, then you realize it's vertically up. And you see V making his way down.
Kind of wave at him.
How can I help you? Yes.
You, based on what I am assuming, are you a spellcaster? Just out of curiosity.
I am. What are you needing?
Do you have access to the knock spell? I assume we were told it's called knock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have access to the knock spell?
I do. Yes.
Would you happen to have a scroll of it? I can pay you. I don't know how much a scroll of knock would cost.
Well, it's a relatively simple spell. But let's see. I could have one made fairly quickly in an hour or so.
Alright, I'll be right here.
Right.
Are the books here free to read?
Yes, peruse your knowledge at will.
Okay. Then I will be over there in the history section.
Make a history check for me.
Okay. Let's see. Character sheet. I lost track of it. Where's my character sheet? Where's my character sheet? Here it is. History. There's history. 17.
17. All right. You pick up a book and start kind of glancing through it, and it talks about just kind of the history of Duskvale and kind of how that came to be after the Great Dragon War, for lack of a better term. I forget the name of the flag, the purple flag with the sun. I forget what that's called. Yeah, the main flag of the of Duskvale and that whole area. It'll
Coat of arms.
yeah, kind of. I'll remember it in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
But that was the kind of the organization that that brought the city up and kind of created life as it is now.
Okay.
Twilight's Favor.
Well, that's fair. That's okay. Yeah. And he's just gonna read through this book while he waits for the hour.
All right. Going down to Budgie.
I didn't know you were actually going to go get the spell from them. Okay.
Mhm.
Fun.
Hey,
Eh.
better to have two than just have one.
Yeah. Probably use some key points just trying to dash, like from if I could play shortcut from like rooftop to rooftop or something, just among shit, just da 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 da.
Mm-hmm. You managed to make it there fairly quickly. Yeah. You walk in
Right.
and you see Voltor sitting at his table.
Go up to him. Hey, real quick, got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? So I heard of this spell called Knock.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be suppressed by the silence spell?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
I
Is
should have
that,
seen, I should have
magic
seen this
is-
coming, but you know.
Yeah. Is that magic compatible?
Mm. Technically speaking, yes, but the way that knock works, it has a sound range, for lack of a better term, that is much larger than the silence spell. And because it is not originating from the spell itself, silence doesn't necessarily stop all of that sound. If that makes sense.
Okay. I was wondering if it would originate from the spell scroll, or the person casting it.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Technically, the spell, the ability to open the door comes from knock itself, but when you cast the spell, the sound radius is not from. It's centered on the spell, but it's not from the spell. If that makes sense.
But if it's centered on a point within the silence bubble, because no sound can be created within or pass through the 20-foot sphere.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Technically-
technically create it inside of it. It is a by effect or byproduct of the spell itself for 300 feet. It doesn't say that the
There's our
the-
problem.
yeah. So it doesn't
There's
say that
the only-
the sound originates from the knock. It's when it's cast, the knock is audible for 300 feet away, up to 300 feet away.
Here's the problem about casting it within silence. It has the volcanic component,
That
so
as
it needs to
well.
be spoke.
Wait, but you can cast it from outside. It's a 60-foot range.
But the thing you're casting it also means that the spell, even if you had the spell scroll in the bubble, you can't cast it. If you're outside of it, everyone would still hear the knock.
Well, yeah. But like that's like regardless at this point.
So
It's
like
still 300 range, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, so it would cancel out the 20 or 30 or however big the silence spell is. But it wouldn't stop the audible effect because it's not like originating from the knock itself. It's just when you cast it, there is a knock that's audible from 300 feet away.
That's
From looking at their notes before I left, would I be able to know what type of material the vault door would be?
Um,
Or would it just be standard issue vault door made of metal?
so
Standard metal.
yeah, it would be metal. The interesting part is that there's been a break-in at this bank before, so the security has kind of changed a little bit. So you don't know if it's the
It's
same.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did anybody check up on how the others got in and if it's still open? But it'd probably not be. The stuff would probably not be in there if it was. At least I had this knowledge before I did anything stupid.
How far away, since we have the blueprint, how far away is the vault door from the bank itself?
So the door you would be knocking on, you're not exactly sure. Between the top of the vault and the bottom entrance of the bank is probably about 60 feet.
Well, gentlemen, if we do use this, I doubt we're going to be able to hide it. But once we get in and get it, we need to be gone quickly.
Okay. Since that doesn't work, since not what I'm talking to Voltor, since knock I don't think would work. Do you have any way of hiding someone in a pocket plane? I guess. Basically asking, do you know rope trick?
Hiding someone in a pocket plane?
That's basically what rope trick is.
Trick.
Or the
spell.
genie warlock. That's
Invisible rope. Well, a rope appears and you can climb into it, into an extraterrestrial dimensional plane space, and then you can close it for about an hour as long as the spell lasts. So technically, you get a pocket plane for an hour.
Um, I do, but you wouldn't be able to move while you're inside of that. And isn't the goal? I'm not entirely sure what you're planning, but if you're opening a door and trying to be quiet about it, I would imagine you would want to get away from whoever wants you to not open that door. Correct?
Yes.
So putting yourself in a pocket dimension or pocket plane, uh, you would still be stuck wherever you were. It may avoid suspicion and eye contact for a short amount of time, but I don't know if that'll have the desired effect. What you may be more interested in is a teleportation device.
If you got one of those, I'm interested.
There are a few ways to teleport via spell or item. I don't have any on me. How soon are you looking to open a door?
I mean, this is kind of like last minute stuff, so this would be at least knowledge for the future, and I'd gladly take up on you in the future about this stuff.
I will keep
Uh,
beads of teleportation on me in the future.
Interesting. Okay. Uh,
If I can
I
fit the power source into this cool bag of mine, we could move it that way. But I don't know if it'll fit.
I
I
guess I
mean,
should.
did someone say that they had tools? That should be an easy way to. If someone has tools, I can open the door, probably.
I guess. Do you have anything to like magically find traps?
Uh, I had an apprentice. He was really good at that until the very last one.
Yeah. Asking Voltor. Sorry.
Um,
This necromancer that way for some reason. No.
traps are not necessarily my specialty.
Okay. Well, I think we'll make do.
Well, with dispelling, that should take care of magical traps. I mean, I can look for the other traps. I'm not saying I'm going to find everyone.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm also versed in, locks and tumblers and springs and so forth. And you have a couple of us that are actually versed in that. So I think if we all gave it the good college try,
Well, you know what? From what we're doing, we might as well make a scene. Do you have anything that could cause a big illusion?
A big illusion? I might have just the thing.
Like
I
15
can
foot, not big, but decently sized.
I can make you big. Does that help?
You said you're looking for an illusion. You said 15 feet?
Maybe.
Or
Just
50?
some, no, not 50. Something like, probably something that could fit in this tavern.
I might have something that you could use. Mm, here. And he kind of reaches into his like bag, pulls out a small little cube. It's about 4 inches in every direction.
Interesting.
I'll need it back, of course, but it's always good to have a diversion.
Yeah. And if we don't get cut, it'll definitely return to you. Also, your name is Zip Tight. Was it do what activation process or anything like that?
Um, you'll have to set it down on the ground, and kind of tell it what you're wanting. But aside from that, it should start up.
Okay, sounds good.
It'll put it in the middle of where you want it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right.
I'll grab that and make my way on back. So, above board, plan is use the knock, loud knocking sound.
Yep.
We activate the illusion. It's this thing that everybody assumes it is. And then when we leave, swipe it and then run like hell.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I have a bag that we can possibly put it in because he said it weighed about 500 pounds. It's about what this bag can carry. It looks like I can. He said it was about the size of. I point over towards the axolotl. Yeah, I could probably fit him in the bag easy enough. So, if we put that in the bag, I can cast invisibility upon myself, so myself and the object would vanish. Would that be helpful?
Not everyone at once.
I totally spaced. I'm sorry. I was just sitting here thinking about like the knock spell and the logistics of the knock spell interacting with silence.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
an interesting concept because it like, yeah.
It'd be a DM's discretion on that.
Like the definition of the knock spell, because it states like in the spell it emanates from the object that you cast it on.
Yeah, and I didn't see that when we were having that conversation.
So like, and seeing as like the emanation of the sound can't pass through the silence bubble, it would be interesting. But it's also like it depends on like how the DM would also rule it, because some DMs could, for example, rule it. It's it just happens in that 300-foot bubble regardless.
That's what I was going for. Is that the
Yeah.
knock was just there?
Yeah, it's like a part of the actual like initiation of the spell. Even
Yeah.
it's like as like the door is like hit with like the spectral hand knocking on it. It's this loud ass, just like regardless of what you do, you can't
Because
stop it.
it's supposed to open a door, but it's also supposed to be able to alert everyone that a door is being opened. Like
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
it's a level 2 and not a level like 6.
But that's also like why it
Yeah.
emanates, because like you're supposed to be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's like creative usage would reward you being able to like fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you are the final say on that,
Yeah.
Mosh.
Yeah. So I think for this, just because I've already said it, we'll rule that the 300 feet is, or the sound is just part of the spell, and wouldn't be, again, you'd be able to block that part of it by the silence spell. So if you, technically, if you found the entrance between the bank vault and the bank itself and the sewer entrance, or where they went down into the bank vault, and cast silence on that, the sound wouldn't be able to emanate.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be able to pierce through.
Yeah, unless it went through
Yeah.
the stone, but we know how well sound goes through stone. So, I mean, theoretically, you could do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Casting it on the door may not be the best plan, but casting it on that entrance may work.
Yeah. So Vothri is currently sitting there while reading about the history of Duskvale, brainstorming that.
Yeah. So, you guys all meet back up. Do you meet? We'll say at the plaza, because that's where most of you were. It is now dark outside, despite the picture of the plaza looking very bright.
Era has dark vision.
Yeah. So it's cresting 9 o'clock. It's almost showtime.
You at this point skipped over the question that was asked.
What question?
CJ, you had a question that kind of just never got answered.
Yes, about fitting the object within the bag, and if need be, I can vanish and at least get it up to our client.
If it's the size that it's been described, you should be able to get it into the bag. I don't know where you pulled 500 pounds from.
Yeah, that's the holding rules. It can hold up to 500 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying that the object itself was 500 pounds. I'm like, I don't know where you got that, but
I mean, in this instance, Budgie could eat it.
theoretically, if you get your mouth open wide enough.
Yeah.
Very dense, right?
So, but then turning invisible, it would take the bag with it. So that's up to you guys if you want to try that.
What kind of spell does this device emanate? So I know the specifics.
We would
If I do or not.
Well, I think all we were told is massive amounts of energy, and it has gold things floating around it.
This thing that I'm talking about is the object I got from the
The
necromancer.
cube.
Oh.
I'm trying to find the spells because it's not. It's
Silent
a
image.
higher level spell than like minor.
Silent image is like
Yeah.
first level.
Like dimension door.
It it's a
Programmed illusion.
yeah. It's like it's not a specific spell just because there's not one that
Yeah.
does exactly what I'm looking for. But it would be about a 6th or so level spell. Let's see, what's programmed illusion?
6th level spell.
Yeah.
In a 30-foot cube, you basically decide when you cast a spell how the illusion behaves and what sounds it makes. This descriptive performance lasts up to 5 minutes. When the condition you specify occurs, the illusion springs into existence and performs in a manner you described.
I'm
What's the
basically
illusion?
letting it's basically like hallucinatory terrain plus
Okay.
an illusion spell within it. So like I'm kind of using this as like a projector. It'll project this illusion out in whatever room it's in to make it look like whatever you'd like it to look, sound, feel, kind of whatever you'd like it to be like. So it's
Okay.
a pretty strong little ability. But so yeah, there's not a spell that does that specifically, but
Sounds good. That's exactly what I probably needed.
If the DM wills it.
Sounds like a combination of hallucinatory terrain and seeming.
yeah.
Seems so.
That's the fun thing about magic items. They don't necessarily have to cast a spell. They can
Yep.
be what you want them.
Okay, I guess it's go time.
Well, I mean, the question still hasn't been answered. Whether or not that would be helpful.
That's up to y'all.
Well, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm trying to ask the group.
Yeah, if it fits in the bag, we'll put it in the bag.
Yeah.
See.
Yes.
Let me check on one other spell which might help it fit in the bag.
Large reduce.
Yeah,
Yeah, that definitely helped.
yeah. But see, I can only concentrate on one at a time, so then
Yeah,
I'll
only
be
Well,
visible. But
once you get it into the bag, don't really matter at that point.
Well,
yeah,
it
yeah.
does in order to get it out of the bag.
You just open the
Yeah.
bag.
You can if you turn the bag inside out, it pours all the contents out,
Yeah.
and then you just flip it back and it becomes a bag holding again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So reduce, it'll be halved in weight,
I'm,
size, and everything. Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry if that counts as metagaming.
Well,
I mean-
it does. It's
Kinda
just
tip.
that's gonna be annoying to put everything back in the bag of holding, and if you were
Yeah.
were to try to pull it out, it wouldn't. It may not necessarily fit.
Yeah.
So
That's what she
Bottleneck.
said.
I,
It
I,
may not
I
necessarily
have I have cooking supplies in there too, so you know,
We're in a hurry. It might be
a
maybe
lot of custard.
Custard.
all right.
All right.
So you guys make your way where exactly?
To the sewers.
Into the
Yep.
sewers.
Oh.
All right. You're greeted with a surrounding that looks fairly similar to what you guys were looking at earlier, although a little more fully fleshed out instead of lines on a page.
Yeah.
kind of scampers over to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And checks to see if there's any sort of like code that needs to be put in or something.
Make an investigation check.
Everyone?
No.
Guidance. So add a d4.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
14. You see a slit in the cabin and a lever. You assume that you're going to need something to make it operate, but you're not entirely sure what.
Like a key or a card key. Poke my head back around the corner. Did we remember to bring a key?
Honestly, this is my first time in the sewer, so I don't know.
Looks at the other axolotl who seems to be kind of on top of these things.
We need a key.
I start pulling out my lockpicks.
I also
Yeah.
got lockpicks
It
because
looks like it doesn't look like a lock, more like a reader thing. Kind of like motions like putting a key in or like a card reader thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kalabash. With just how like magic works, is it possible for us to try and attempt effects that are outside of spells?
What do you mean?
Like if I want, because like Vothri is a chronoman, like time cleric. He's essentially a chronomancer. Would I, using a little bit of hand wavy religion magic, exerting my will upon the world, I want to try and almost like rewind the state of something. If you get what I mean.
You could. So, I get what you mean. Because you're wanting the elevator to go back down to the vault.
Or rather, I want to rewind the state of like the actual slot where the keycard is to a point where it was like opened.
Okay.
So almost like it like take that instance where like it was swiped
Mm-hmm.
and replicate that now.
Like
That's
the,
just
the ones and zeros and electrical flows.
for example, yeah. Like he's just trying to like rewind that one specific section, not the entire elevator, because that is a lot of things to move at once.
Yeah.
He's
So-
essentially trying to turn a one from a 1 to a 0, or a 0 to a 1, essentially.
I'll have my my artificer make an intelligence roll.
Straight intelligence.
Um,
I'm assuming I can't guide this.
what role do you make when you're building something?
Arcana.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check then.
All right.
Guidance.
All right. So situational. Let's see. An 11 plus a D4.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it roll 2?
You could just take the first one, which is a 4.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
So the 15? Huh? Yeah.
No, I'll be nice. I'll be nice. All right. You figure out this system essentially reads the card. So every you figure out every bank vault has its own card that's tied to whoever owns that vault. And in order to use this elevator, you put your card in. It shifts and takes you where you need to go, and allows you into that vault. And then when you come out, you put the lever back in its upright position, and it will take you back to the starting point, where it will then give you your card back. So yes, if you were to activate it, doing what Vothri wanted, if you were to activate that card reader, it would take you back to the last vault that was entered, and there are a good number of them, so it is not likely to be yours.
We're going to need a card, gentlemen, which means we probably need to find a bank manager or a bank employee. And
Would we be
Whether
able to
we-
replicate?
well, replicate or borrow without their knowledge.
Sticky
What kind of-
fingers.
I mean,
Yeah. Question: does this need to be done like today?
probably. Yes, because of our window of opportunity with the lack of security.
Right.
Would be literally right now.
Yeah.
I can turn someone invisible for up to an hour as long as they don't attack or cast anything. They should be okay to do what they need to do and come back.
I'd be pretty good at it. Do we
One
need
of
this? Do we need the specific key, or can we get by with just any old key? Because
It sounds like
just-
it's a specific key.
Yes, it seems to be there's multiple vaults, so the master key. So
What stops us if we get into one vault from then using that? Let's say that we travel from one vault to another vault through the vault walls, for example. Breaking the walls from the inside.
well, we don't know if it's the same, if it's a neighbor.
Yes, that is true. I'm making an assumption.
Are we just going to go through all of the vaults until we find the right one?
They may also not at all be
Um,
connected.
Valtry's gonna cast Detect Magic. Just to make sure of something.
Okay. That's detect good and evil.
Oh, sorry, that's the... oops. I thought it just said detect. I was like, ah, here's detect magic.
Right.
There you go. So 30-foot radius around Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm. What exactly are you trying to detect?
Is the card reader actually magical?
It doesn't seem so.
Is there anything magical in the entire 30-foot bubble that he's currently in? Like that isn't like any of our items.
You get a few pings from inside of the vault. The vault goes deeper than your 30-foot radius, but just on this surface level, there are a few pings.
You remember
So-
what I said about rewinding time? Bosch?
Yeah.
Vothri, he's also going to communicate this to the party. What if instead of getting a key, I try to. I've never done this before, so this is a gamble. But I want to try to rewind time to a point where these elevator doors were open. Doesn't matter if there's an elevator behind it or not. If we can get it open so we can get into the elevator shaft, and then maybe climb our way down or however we do it, we might be able to get some headway.
The only problem with that is that we don't know where the vault is.
Right, but then we have now. It would put us one step closer to actually getting into the vault because, well,
I
one,
mean-
we would be closer.
I
Physically,
mean, once we're in, we're in.
yes.
I like that.
Out of curiosity, do you think that there is a? I like the idea of a master key card, and if there's a logbook.
Okay, well, who is good at sticky fingers?
You mean steady hands? Fuck,
Both, actually.
that of hands? Or what?
It sounds like you've got two choices here. They're both kind of good at it.
Yeah, well, I can only make one vanish unless someone else has that ability also.
I have the equivalent.
Well, shall we make both of them vanish? That doubles our odds at getting the proper key.
Um,
But then we've used 2 slots to.
how, K-Bosh, how long would it take us to get back to get back to the bank and then start looking around? Because I think we're cutting it a bit short, going through multiple plans.
To go through the front door of the bank, it would probably take you 20 minutes to get there. If you were to cut through the above ground bank vault, you'd have to figure out a way to get through that vault, but it would shorten the trip of getting into the bank.
So there's a hole that goes into the bank then from the
Yeah,
sewer?
so there's a so this is the underground portion of the bank vault. So the bank vault itself that houses the money is the above ground. That's part of the bank. They go into that and down in towards this section. I keep forgetting I turned my mouse off. This section over here, which leads them around to the elevator once they're ready.
Oh, okay.
So there is a way. This is essentially this door leads into the bank, but you would have to be breaking out of a bank vault at that point.
Yeah. So we're trying to go through the back entrance into a vault, and then go out the front door of the vault.
Yeah. Or you could go through the front door, but that would take you 30 minutes to get there. To go back through the sewer the way you came, or up, around, and back through the door of the vault.
Okay.
And that would leave them with about 30 minutes left of invisibility.
Yeah.
Also, one thing we might be able to keep in mind is the fact that a bank is normally protected from breaking into. I don't think many banks are necessarily made to not break out of. Because if you're
That
not supposed
is-
to get in the first place,
So are we trying to get into the already established broken into vault, coming out of that, and then trying to find the vault that we need?
Yes, because I think if we spend our time trying to locate the vault rather than trying to go back outside, around into the bank, getting a key card, coming back, slotting that in, and then going down, and then still taking a gamble at the end of the day, we are wasting a lot of time. Instead of just opening the door right now and spending our time locating the vault, which could take a shorter amount of time theoretically.
But how do we open the door?
I will try to rewind it. If that doesn't work, then I'm shit out of luck. But, you know, time is kind of my thing.
Yeah. I kind of throw away the knock plan,
And
but I think it is a good distraction.
we do have a scroll of knock. So if we find the
Oh,
vault
okay.
door, if we find the vault door, let's say that the elevator, for example, stopped on the floor below the vault that we need. We stand on the elevator, cast knock on the elevator on the door to the vault, place silence above ourselves so the sound can't escape up into the bank, and we're good.
Okay.
Who is our most beefiest person here?
I have a 14 strength.
The 2'5" axolotl.
It,
Probably.
Well, I could increase your size, which would increase your strength, which might allow you to open the doors.
First, I'd like to try and use magic to open the door. I just knocked my bottle over.
Timey wimey, I'm down with that.
All right. Valkyrie is going to try and use his connection to the weave through through Clothis, the Gods of the Horizons, and his tiny wimey wobbly bending magic to try
Like
and yeah,
go ahead.
full on like Doctor Strange, try and rewind the door to a state where the door like elevator doors were open.
Basically, a minor divine intervention.
Yeah.
Almost. Like,
Go
he's
ahead
just,
and
like,
make
kind of-
a religion check for me.
So, am I the only one that finds it strange that like a cleric's primary stat is wisdom, right? Yet religion is an intelligence-based role.
Well,
Yeah. Well, you need to know the books.
It's like, hey, can I use insight instead? Because you know, I'm a religious man. Can I guide myself to this?
I would allow it.
Would I be able to use the advantage I was given by Zaishu for this?
Can you repost that ability in chat? Because for some reason I thought it was for initiative.
Give me a second. I have
Vigilant
so
blessing.
much.
On the
Yeah,
actual
next initiative roll.
Well, I can give you guidance.
I guided myself.
I don't think
What?
guidance stacks.
You want to help
It
me?
would
You want
help.
the help action?
Uh,
I mean, if guidance stacks, I can help out too. I
No,
have
guidance doesn't.
Yeah.
I believe it does
Two
not.
clerics. We need
Would
another
that-
cleric.
Would the help action work?
What exactly would you be doing to help this man pray?
Help this man rewind time.
I think the only one that I think would be able to would be Zaishu, because he's also a cleric.
yeah, I can't help you pray harder. I'm so,
Help me pray. Help me praise, Seth. Seth, please help me pray.
Would you
anyone
like
have-
some?
Does
Would
anyone
you
have,
like? Go ahead. Sorry.
does anyone have a whip? Maybe that would help. Maybe that would...
Help me pray to Clothis, please.
Budgie lights some incense and just like sets it next to you.
Say, if I spend my channel divinity, my channel divinity, slow time, would that help?
There's only one way to find out.
Hmm?
I said there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, fuck it. Pump it. And if I pump a spell slot into just like keep like trying to like
Can I spend my hit dice?
alright, yeah, fuck it. I might as well try and spend my channel divinity.
Give a
see what
blood
happens.
sacrifice to Clothis.
Where is it? Channel divinity slow time. Where is it? In
I'm starting to
features.
get why people in the 80s thought this game was demonic.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Doom was created because
Yeah.
Here, channel divinity slow time. Usability. And then I guess I'll try to do the rewind time using with guidance on because I've been guided. So
Okay. I'll tell you, the instance did give a DC reduction.
but me actually using a power of my god doesn't. Wow.
No, the channel divinity does, but slow. Yeah.
I'm spending divine energy here.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what
Are
happens.
you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me? God, I wish I had an inspiration now or the lucky feet or anything.
God said, no.
I really haven't had to think.
I'm getting a busy signal. It's weird.
I need you to pick the rest of you. I need you to pick one person to make an investigation check. No, you know what? Never mind. How many other people are in this Discord? Because this is what I'm gonna do.
I rub the ring. Doesn't do anything.
1, 2.
Wait, actually, channel divinity rewind time as a reaction to reroll an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll with advantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my second channel divinity.
Okay.
Rewind. It's rewind time.
Please roll another 2.
I reroll it with advantage.
I know.
So,
I heard.
yeah. Oof. Let's see. Religion. And I rolled a 4 on the guidance. Let's see. What?
Oh, that's
I rolled 2 4s.
All right.
What?
So
God
Vothri, you
said,
Budgie lights. Let's see. Okay.
sure, why not?
Budgie lights
Uh,
this incense.
Well,
And you
but I
start
rolled
praying to Clothis. And Budgie, as you're standing back up, you look a little to the right of Vothri, and you see this small, almost gold-looking just thing on the ground. It stands out from the stone just a little bit. It blends in, but you notice it.
Kind of watching all this happen. We'll slowly take a few steps back, pick it up, examine it, or go back, look at it, see what it is.
You
Just nonchalantly.
take a hold of this item, and you see the letter K, and then directly followed by the number 12.
Well, this means nothing to me.
I think I had one of those in primary school. K through 12.
It's like a card.
Sorry, I'm just a little bit angry right now. I spent so many resources, and the game said, "Nah, fuck you once again." This is why I hate D&D. Like, I can't roll anything. Just roll dog shit. Might as well chug my next potion. Fucking hell.
Seeing,
Can't hurt at this
Oh.
point.
yeah. Seeing the card, I'll kind of wander up to the elevator and look at the stuff. See if there's any correlation.
It looks like it'll fit.
Alright. Uh, I'll swipe it.
So it's more of an insert. You
Oh.
put it in. It reads the number.
I'll put it in.
Uh,
I'll put it in, Camposh.
yeah,
I'll put
yeah.
it in.
Swipe or no swipe?
Vothri.
Don't worry.
Clothis
I'll go
says, "Answered your prayers."
Fuck you. I am not amused.
Oh, I'm loving it.
I think the rest of the group is though.
All right, so the elevator system roars to life. It takes you down a good little ways, and then shuffles you over to this vault, and it opens.
We look inside.
Inside, there is a light that comes on, like a magical light that apparates, and there is a singular book sitting on a pedestal.
Anybody want to look for traps?
I don't think this book is what we're here for.
But it
I mean,
might,
might as well look.
might be a registry telling us where things are located.
How long did this take, by the way?
Your prayer or the shuffling?
Yeah, the prayer, the shuffling, all of this.
It's been about all things considered. It's been about 5 minutes or so.
So my channel, my detect magic should still be up then.
Mhm.
Do I detect magic?
You detect magic coming from different vaults around, and you detect something from the book itself, but nothing that would indicate a trap.
I don't sense any magical traps, at least none that I can notice with my detect magic.
Anything specific?
Yeah, what magic do I notice? Come on, now, tell me.
Let
Tell me
me
about it.
give me a second to pull it up.
You sense the presence of a god.
So this is what a love-hate relationship with your god looks like. Got it.
You detect anti-Vothri magic.
Maybe I just shouldn't show up to the session tonight.
I swear to God, if you made me push this back to 9 p.m. and then you just don't show up, I will personally have Sensei kick you from the server.
You'll be demoted.
It's
Oh,
close, I mean, it's close. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. It's midnight right now.
Yeah, it sucks. You decided not to get sleep for this. This is on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if it would be up for me, I could stay up all night for this. Problem is, my parents wouldn't approve.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, we'll
not
get
seeing
that.
a type of magic. If I see it
You want-
in the next little bit, I'll
you-
let you know. But
Do you want my DM advice, or do you like my player advice?
there is no specific type of magic associated with this.
Well, I will
It's a book.
investigate the pedestal to make sure there's no like pressure triggers on it or other traps.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
All right, and I will guidance myself on that. Let's see, normal. Wow. Don't worry about the guidance. I think I'm good.
Really? You don't say. I don't know, but
Sorry, Vothri. That I wish I could teach this, but I can't.
So we're in a room full of vaults, then?
Yes.
Oh. So we're in the lobby, basically. Okay. I guess we have to look through the book. It may be a ledger.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. It. But,
Okay. Evocation.
Evocation again.
Evocation.
Oh my. That makes stuff go bang.
You don't notice any traps on the pedestal.
All right. Well, looks like the pedestal's not trapped. And you said the book's good to go?
Evocation.
I'm familiar with that. Yeah. Huh. Well, stand back. I'll try opening the book and looking at it.
Okay, just based off like just general knowledge of the arcane,
Mm-hmm.
could we make an educated guess as to what school of magic the power source would be?
You could do an Arcana check to see if you could guess.
Guidance.
I mean, man, I wish we had. I wonder if this power source is a plant or animal. Because I have something that does something. But sadly, I don't.
Probably a mixture between evocation and conjuration.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend touching the book. We only came here for the power source.
Yeah, but maybe the book will tell us where the power source is, and that would cut down on our hunt time.
Maybe it is a ledger that tells us where things are, but I don't know.
Looking at the book, does it seem to be latched or locked?
It has a latch on it. It's not locked to anything, if that answers your question.
Okay. Does it seem to be locked shut, or is there a way to open it?
There's a way to open it, but it's the latch is there mainly to keep it from opening and spilling out.
I think that knock spell may be useful here.
Yes, but we need to know which door.
Yes.
That's the thing. The book.
Okay,
may
well,
tell.
if everyone stands back, I will attempt to open it. I can absorb certain things to help protect myself.
Okay. If you want to use the Nox spell.
No, not yet. I'm just going to open the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll save
Yeah,
the knock
hold
spell
on.
for a vault door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to open the book.
All right. You open the book.
And yep, and I will have absorb elements ready just in case any shower of whatever comes at me or death rays from above.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. Yay. Ooh.
Interesting.
Nice.
You
Oh no.
you unlatch it and begin to pull open, and for a second it resists, but you push forward and are able to open the book.
I've mastered the ways of the book spine and page turning.
The
All
pages are blank.
I think we're a missing part of the equation here because it's blank. So I'm guessing this is possibly a two-part system. Some of my other artificer friends do things like this to hide their formulas.
Budgie pulls up the black light. Doesn't have that.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
even if he did, he didn't have it. Honestly, I got nothing right now. Unless I have a key or something.
Yeah.
We kind of went at this without necessary information. Uh,
All
but
right.
you'll go up to one of the vault doors.
Okay.
Does the he's gonna inspect the locking mechanism.
All right. Go ahead and make
See
an
how difficult it would be.
go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yep, that makes sense.
An enigma wrapped in a puzzle.
Well,
Yeah, these look like difficult vaults.
all
I
right.
don't think I'm getting into it anytime soon.
How many different vault doors are there?
It's an interesting question. Um,
Just give us a sub number.
yeah. So more than 100.
Okay.
Without spending time to count, more than 100. You guess less than 500 or fewer than 500.
Did you guys talk to the individual that gave you this mission, and not give you any information on how to actually get into the bank itself?
Well, we were told who has it and that it was located in the bank. So finding out this individual's bank vault would have probably been good.
Yes, I think that may have been a blunder on our part.
I have another usage of the sending spell. I can always ask the guy that I can always ask V.
Yeah, I mean he might be privy to which vault this individual might have if we have that information.
Vothra
Are we
kind of
trying to be?
Hmm?
Are we trying to impress this person?
Vothra kind of dejected. Doesn't answer. Just casts sending and to V.
I don't think I think impressing him will be us actually retrieving the object he wants.
Right, sending.
He did-
Just cuts you off. Right, sending.
Yep.
That was my last third level spell slot. V.
Must be so cool to have third level spell slots. Fucking artificers have the weirdest spell progression in the world.
Yeah.
It's the adventurers you sent. We are in the bank looking for the vault. Do you know how to identify it?
3 left, if you want to use them.
Please be detailed. I'm assuming
25
V.
words.
I'm assuming V knows the details of the sending spell, so they realized, 25 words.
You are looking for Vault J7.
J7.
Did you say that out loud? Okay.
Yes.
Start hunting down J7.
All right.
So, like, are we in like a corridor that has like a bunch of vaults in it, or is it like the elevator went to one specific vault?
The elevator went to one specific vault, but they're kind of lined up next to each other. So you figure J would be above you, 7 would be closer towards the start of the elevator, if that makes sense. Because you're at K12.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. So we need to go up one,
Actually, what would
back
be in?
6.
Do you want to look inside K12?
You guys are
'Cause you
already
got the
inside
card.
K12. That's where the
Oh, we're in.
book is.
Oh,
Valkyrie is going to check the elevator. Is there like any like escape doors on the elevator or anything like, like emergency hatch, for example?
There is.
Valkyrie's gonna first try pushing on it.
fire alarms.
Like he's just gonna like give it like a slight like feel like this like, is there like a lot of resistance to it, or is it like he's like pushed his hand on it, it starts to like creak a little bit.
There's some resistance, but not a ton.
Hey, could you check this for any traps? Looking down at the entire party. No?
Sure.
Okay. The silence spoke
Investigation.
volumes. Guidance.
Investigation. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Seems good.
Yeah, I guided you. Oh,
That's along with it.
Oh no.
Seems good.
Um.
I'm just paying attention and trying to figure out how we get to whatever the number was.
J7.
7.
So,
There don't seem to be any traps on the door.
Well, I mean, the key is out, not in.
Hey, Retsu, you understand technology, right? You're not. You're smarter than I am. Do you think there are alarms on an elevator?
I could see that there would be, or at least notifications.
How would we go about dealing with that? Would it be magical?
honestly, it
Oh.
looks unlocked.
Actually, speaking of magical, I detect magic up. Do I detect any magic from the elevator?
No.
No? Okay.
Well,
Well, there is only one way to find out, isn't there?
well, we're going to end up setting off an alarm sooner or later. I mean, that's just odds. And
Yeah, I would rather have it be later.
absolutely, I'm 100% behind you on that. But I wouldn't see why the doors would be set to alarm for someone if they were inside, because then they would go off every time whoever was exiting was. Plus, we can open the K12 one. We're here, so if we open the door and we're in the actual elevator, did we look for any trapdoors in the elevator?
Yes, that is what I've been looking at. That is what I am referring to, because I'm scared of opening it and then alerting everybody in the building.
I wouldn't think that there would be an alarm on like a trapdoor within the elevator. I don't think there would, but I'm not this bank manager. I don't know the history of the bank. Someone kept saying that the bank might have been broken into a couple times before, so I don't know what type of reinforcements they might have made either. But yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Valkyrie, with his 14 strength, is gonna like hop up, grab onto like the ledge, like the lip of like the trapdoor,
But,
and kind of like push it up.
but you not realizing why everybody's confused about a door. We'll look again to see if you can see any traps.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Guidance.
So
You're doing
Valkyrie,
something else at the same time.
yeah, what exactly are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking for traps as he's opening it.
Like Valkyrie jumped up to like try and like start opening it. So
Okay.
he's kind of like holding on, using just upper arm strength.
I'm just gonna get
13.
beneath him and lift him.
Okay.
I will give him the help action so he's
Mhm.
within range.
Yeah. So it's push up to exit sort of thing.
Yeah.
But doesn't seem to
Any
be
traps
trapped.
with?
Doesn't seem
Okay.
to. No alarm goes off when you open this door.
Valkyrie's going
Looks
to
good.
get on top of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it's dark in the elevator shaft,
Mostly, yeah.
but I have dark vision, so it's okay.
But you'll jump through the hole. Is it like in the ceiling
Yeah, it's in the
of
top
the
portion
elevator?
of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you'll just jump straight through the hole and jump on top of the elevator then.
I will assist any of the other vertically challenged individuals up if they need it.
So like half of the entirety of the world at this point.
Yep.
Right. Valkyrie's like gonna try and like lean and try and see like are the like doors marked?
Yes, everyone does have its own marker.
He's gonna look for J7.
Right,
But
J7.
you'll
Go ahead, Budgie.
take out the hook and just start climbing.
J7 would be one above you, one row above you, and it would be 5 to your left.
Are there ledges? So like
Every
if someone gets
every vault has its own little landing that you guys would be able to stand on.
okay.
Can only hold one of you at a time, given your 2-foot tall size. But there is a little landing there.
Okay. How many feet away was it?
Actually,
There seem to be about 5 or so feet. The doors seem to be about 5 or so feet wide, and seems to be 5 or so feet in between each vault door.
And how far
So-
away? Oh, sorry. Karen. Say it. Talk.
each platform can only hold one of our small friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Budgie will look down before he starts climbing. Do you want to bring up the bag of holding so we could just open the door, grab it, then we could just run?
Right. As a matter of fact, I hand you the bag of holding.
Valkyrie would
Okay.
take the bag of holding and like.
Yep.
Are you
Don't
strong
worry,
enough- Are you
I
strong
wasn't
enough
going
to
to
carry
eat
me
it
as
this
well?
time.
Are you strong enough to carry me as well?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you. If you're climbing.
How strong are you?
I have a 14 strength.
That'd be a +2. You know what? I've been saving this for a little while now. Might as well use it. I will drink a potion of Hill Giant Strength.
Okay.
Oh god, that puts your strength at 21, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For 1 hour. Fuck. Guidance.
What?
Okay.
Alright. I'm using the hook, and I guess Vothary's on my back.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We're gonna climb.
All right. Go ahead and
Since
make.
I have adva- athletics?
Go ahead.
Or are we trying to...
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I have advantage because of the hook? Or is that...
Do you?
Yeah, I'm using the hook to help me
Okay.
climb.
Okay.
You have guidance, and you have a 21 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Guidance.
So 21.
Yep. 21.
All right. You start climbing using the hook to just kind of like a I forget what they're called that the ice climbers use, but one of those things to just slam into the wall and be able to hold yourself and pull yourself up.
An ice axe.
So you manage to fairly quickly make your way over. Yeah.
1 point of notice. when we get within, actually, while we started climbing, because I'm assuming the vault door that we're trying to get to is within 120 feet.
It is.
Rother's going to cast silence around the door,
Okay.
and when he gets within range, pulls out the scroll of knock and targets the door,
Okay.
casting knock on the door to open it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the silence is centered so that it blocks both the inside and outside of the door. So it's like half.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, fuck, that doesn't work. True, true, you fucking, you said, oh god, oh fuck, oh shit.
Yeah, silence doesn't work.
Mm,
So it would just be loud.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we also said that it nullifies it because we're underground.
It depends on, like, because I don't know how wide the elevator shaft is. I'm assuming it's almost like a giant wall of just vault
Mhm.
doors.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? So are we underground?
You
and
are.
we'd be considered. Okay, and the elevator shaft goes directly to the ceiling.
It
Like we're
goes.
looking at a best. Are we looking at like a wall of vaults essentially?
Basically, you're looking at an
Okay.
open like rectangle that has vaults lining the entire wall.
It's like full on,
Okay.
like, Matrix, like the wall of, like, the pods.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah,
stretching
okay.
out that way.
That's the only
And
scene
it-
in that movie I've seen.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
The only one I know of.
Yeah.
The elevator, does it go directly to the ceiling, indicating that it would go to the bank?
It does not.
Then we're good because no one can hear us if we're underground.
Is there like so with the way the elevator comes into this area, is there like a single like slot that the elevator goes up into, or how does it work?
There is a resting place for the elevator. And so like this blue section here would be sectioned off via floor, like glass panel.
Okay.
But given that the elevator is already in use, it would be down inside the vault, and this landing pad would be open.
Then Vothri is just going to place the silence bubble like in like that opening,
Mm-hmm.
just to like try and block any sound from like escaping up and out that way,
Okay.
and then cast knock to
Okay.
open the door.
I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Why?
Really?
Very loud knocking sound, very small, contained, echoey chambers.
Okay. Saving throw.
It won't kill you. It just might give you tinnitus for a little while.
Natural one.
And at least we're good.
Alright, where is the saving throw?
No, it's not a natural one. It's a natural seven.
So you hit the when you're in your sheet, you go to this Constitution itself, the word, and you click it, and you have ability check and saving
Ah,
throw.
okay.
Sorry about my nose. My sinuses are going haywire.
So did anyone take the book?
I kind of just left it because it had nothing in it.
I mean, there's
I
still
was
by that room.
contemplating. Yeah, you know what? I'm just
Up
going to
to
go
you.
grab that book because it. At least I can put recipes in it. It's a blank book to me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, you Vothri, you might have side effects of tinnitus later, but you're fine for now. And the
So
door.
it doesn't like make me fall off.
No, I'm not gonna. No,
That's what I was afraid of. Just
No,
like
you're
falling
fine.
down the shaft.
you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, you guys managed to get to this vault. The door has been knocked, so it can be opened.
I call out, drop a rope. We can help.
Vothri kind of slides the door.
Okay. You still have Detect Magic up, correct?
Yes.
Okay. There is a lot of magical pinging from inside of this vault. One of which thing is an alarm spell.
dispel magic.
Okay. Yes.
And I
Um,
assume it's lower than dispel. Like,
Say again.
wait, I don't have any more spell slots for dispel magic. Never mind. I can't dispel it.
I see that. I see how
You're
that's a problem.
you're
He's gonna point it out though. Dispel magic is a 3rd level slot. So
you don't have it ritual, or is it? Or no, that's detect magic. My bad.
that's detect
You
magic.
can't ritual that.
Sorry.
If I ritual cast dispel magic. Would be insane.
Cast time stop. Cast ritual.
Oh,
So, does anyone else have dispel magic?
one of my infusions can give you that slot back, but you'd have to come down to me.
I can.
Can shoot it up and break it. Does that count?
No, because that will trigger the alarm.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'll gladly climb back down. Like, we have an hour of strength, so
Oh, okay. Yeah. One of my 3 infusions. Let's say I got the bag of holding. I've got my jug of alchemy, and the last one I have active right now is my ring of spell refueling, which I have not attuned to because I was hoping that maybe someone here would need it, and it can replenish up to 1/3 level spell or a combination of. So
but yeah. Assuming we go back down, put on the ring, use it to get my 3rd level spell slot back, climb back up.
So,
Don't fall.
in order to attune to it, you'd have to spend a short rest attuning.
No, actually, when the infusion is made, it automatically attunes when activated. So when I give it to someone, they would just automatically activate that. But
Okay.
after that, it's just a pretty ring.
Okay.
So I get my 3rd level spell slot back.
Certainly helps.
Like I say, I'm
Um,
here to support people and
Vothri.
eat custard.
Yeah.
Vothri, go ahead and give me an intelligence check for me.
An intelligence check. Can I guide myself?
Your choice. Actually, it would probably be more of a survival check. And yes, you may.
Okay. Survival, and I can guide myself. Okay.
Can I help you with survival check?
If Count Bosch will allow it.
What would you be doing to help him with survival?
I don't have a good answer for that. I'm just really, really good at survival.
Unfortunately, if there's nothing you can do, I would have to rule no.
Trying to be helpful.
27.
I back.
You have about, after all this has transpired, you have about 15 minutes left before shift change.
Okay. Dispel magic on alarm.
Okay.
Holding the bag of holding like slung over his shoulder, he's gonna like. As soon as like while Budgie's climbing, he's gonna like. The instant he gets within arm's reach, pull himself up.
Mm-hmm.
Still with detect magic up. If he had to recast it, he would recast it. Oop, hit my mic. Accidentally hit my mic. And then he's going to look for the power source. I'm assuming it's quite obvious.
Yes. There are a good number of things lining this vault, but the power source is pretty aptly described. It's very bright, almost like a ball of lightning, surrounded by floating or almost gravitationally pulled bits of metal.
Okay. Could Vothri have?
We decided that's not. We don't want to get touched by like those spores.
What?
You said there was something like a gas that was puffing or something.
There's a lightning ball, I believe.
It's like a ball of lightning.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Could
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
could Vothri have like slung his rope, like given his rope to one of the people down on the elevator and pulled that up with him? Like while we were climbing up?
You could have.
Okay, good.
I think that's what Budgie's doing while you're doing all this.
Like gives the rope to Budgie. Okay. Vothri. making note of the power source, he's going to run over and just kind of take the bag of holding, kind of scoop the power source just into it, sling the bag of holding back over his shoulder, and run. Like stop me when something happens. He's going to, like, as soon as he scoops it, turns, runs towards the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a second as he like mid sprint, like dashing up to the entrance. He's going to leap, cast Featherfall on himself, and try to use the momentum to glide down to the elevator.
Okay.
While Budgie's up here tossing the rope, he's gonna look inside the vault. What does he see? Because I was at the moment.
There are a lot of things. So, Vothri, I need you to make me an acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics check. Couldn't it be athletics, man?
No.
Can I guide myself?
Is
He probably-
guidance touch?
Yes, and he's touching himself.
Well, I'd argue that your hands are full.
Well, he's slung the bag of holding over his shoulder.
Did you?
Yes.
Bag of holding is like a
Yeah, it's like a hammer sack.
So
Yeah,
you, can,
yeah.
you can hold it like one hand or wrap it around you.
I'll allow it.
Hell yeah. And like Valkyrie did plan this, so it's not like it's like a like suddenly.
Yeah.
Like he was thinking about this as we were climbing up. Like, huh. All right. Acrobatics plus the 1d4.
Yes, smack into somebody.
All right.
Like he is slow falling, so there's that.
Yeah, you're not gonna take damage. Zaishu, you've been quiet for a minute. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check, please.
Uh,
16. All right. Vothri, you jump and you're using slow fall to kind of cancel out your momentum and slow you down just a little bit, but you wound up undershooting. So as you slowly kind of drift past, you reach up to grab and you miss the ledge of the elevator just ever so slightly. But Zai reaches down and grasps your hand and is able to pull you back up.
like you're probably breathing like.
All right. So to answer Budgie's question, make a perception check for me.
All right. 16.
16. There are a couple of things that catch your eye. You see a couple of different gemstones. A cloak hanging up on like a hook. There is a rapier, a sword of sorts, and a couple of. One looks like a mirror, the other looks just like a glass lens, among a bunch of other things.
Okay. With my jeweler's kit's proficiency, I don't know if we're using Tasha's. Just you could look at a pile of like a treasure hoard, and you could just like know roughly how much gold total it would be.
The gems itself, or the treasure as a whole?
I'll go for the gems first, because it's been a hot minute since I've seen special gems.
Valkyrie would yell up 15, as in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. At a cursory glance, there are 4. Scratch that. 5 different gemstones there.
Okay.
If I'm counting correctly. With a combined total, given that you were kind of told that these things were magical and they do have that sort of shimmery kind of effect to them, you're looking at a total of upwards of 5,000 gold.
Money.
So
Sorry, I'm out of bags of holding. Sorry.
Oh,
I
Budgie
got
has his own.
Yeah.
Budgie is a bag of holding.
Yeah. I'll look and see this as like another dragon's horn, essentially, and I'll look over. Who are we stealing from, and is it okay if we take more than what was promised?
Well, we didn't talk about the peripherals. We were just contracted for one, but we're here. I'm
Oh,
definitely
you're
not going to
shaking
stop
his head.
you.
Walter shaking his head.
I'm only asking because I'm already wanted by a few people, and I
Oh,
look
what's
at
a
it,
few
it's like
more?
very true, and you just see you got rid of the alarm spell, correct? So there's
I
no
think he
alarm.
did.
Okay,
I think he did.
okay.
Oh, if you don't mind, if you see one worth about 100 gold, I could really use that.
Times that by 50, and you see him disappear into the vault, and he is uh, just Uncle Scrooge, just McDuck, just going straight in, diving, and just eating everything he sees,
Okay.
like Pac-Man.
Roll me a D100.
Okay, 90.
You managed to snag about 90% of this loot before you're
Oh.
called back by Vothry to get out before time is going to run out.
Awesome.
We're splitting this between the party, right?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Budgie will keep this to himself.
Okay. Budgie and I will have to chit chat here in a minute, because we're about to, yeah, we'll figure out what exactly you guys get here in just a minute, because you still have your rewards left.
Yep.
All right, you guys managed to get out of the vault before shift change. Do you make your way back to the library?
Make everything look good as new, essentially. Can't really do anything about the scratch marks as we were trying to climb, but just gotta cover our tracks.
If you hold me up, I can remove the scratch marks. It'll take a few minutes, but
No.
yeah.
We're leaving.
You know what?
They'll just
It don't
be
really matter.
wear and tear. They won't know. All right.
If we can help it, they will not know a thing.
Exactly.
We still have 10 minutes. If we rush now, we can leave. Like, we can get out.
Budgie's already
Make haste.
booking it with a. Budgie looks a bit chubbier than normal, just like chick, 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 chick.
We're going to be looking over all of that later.
Oh yes, we are.
If it's giving you an upset stomach, I have some custard which should calm it down.
I think if I eat any more, I may just pop.
All right.
Vothry is going to disguise himself as like an non-disclosed, like just looking like a kid from the slums, like dirty clothes, etc., with like the haversack, and like because he hasn't get it back yet.
Yeah.
Budgie throws up, takes off the tricorn hat, throws up the chicken hat. So now he looks like a chicken.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All right. You guys make your way out of the sewers.
I'll turn myself invisible and just follow along with them.
Enjoying the thrill of the chase on the way, but it doesn't appear as though you're followed.
Clutch.
So, you make it topside. Once again, do you return to the library?
I think it would
I
behoove
guess library or going to a non-disclosed location.
We weren't told to meet anywhere specific.
He wants to be discreet. Why don't we send someone in to let him know that we've acquired said package? and where he would like to meet. Maybe he has somewhere else in mind already. Maybe he
Alright.
doesn't want that directly on his property.
I can disguise myself as I see please, so as I see fit. So I can change myself back into what he saw originally and just come in.
I give you a thumbs up, but you don't see it because I'm invisible.
Where are you, by the way? I'm going to take your silence as a confirmation for me to do what I want to do.
Basically.
Great. Where should we meet? All right. He wants to disclose that. Okay. Runs into the library. Remembering what the younger kid did, he just goes over and rings the bell.
All right.
Just ding ding ding.
V will make his way down. And you look like the gnome from earlier, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Yes. Do you have it?
So, using disguise self,
Mm-hmm.
Valtry's kind of gonna like change the symbol on like his chest piece to a thumbs up,
Okay.
and then change it back.
Nice.
All right. Well, we'll need to get it washed, but luckily I know a few people for that. If you don't mind bringing it in and taking it downstairs.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss payment.
I still have the backpack on, so I guess I'll go get everybody else.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second there, I'll just have to get the others. We thought we were going to go to like the discreet location off premises to. I'll be right back.
No, we'll handle that.
Well, he like kind of peeks out the door. Come.
Tick, 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 tick.
Halloween.
All right. He kind of guides you to the only staircase in the building. Everything else can be reached via ladder. This is an actual staircase that leads down, not far, but towards into a secondary basement, where you hear loud whooshing sound accompanied by the sound of metal clanging on metal. You round a corner, and you see a small, elderly gnomish man, hammering down a piece of metal. It looks into a breastplate almost, and it's just kind of this ambiance of dark, fiery and 4G style.
So we're in a forge.
You're in a forge, yes.
Okay.
Forged in flames. Forged in fire. The show.
If I see this individual, would I be able to recognize the?
You've never ran into this man before.
Okay. Just kind of curious about any kind of rumors on the street by that man named V.
Oh, if that's what you're, which one are you referring to? Are you referring to V or
Honestly,
the man
either or.
forging?
Oh, I was talking about the individual that was bringing us here.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check.
I will ask if my bounty hunter background affects this.
What is it? Can you post it in chat?
Yep. I only ask because who knows, this person may be
Wanted.
someone of rumor.
All right. Does it give you like advantage or bonuses to remembering
Honestly,
rumors?
Technically it's just like survival stuff. As a bounty hunter. ear to the ground. You frequent contact with people in segments of society you choose. Quarries move through people. So I was just like, what's your take on ear to the ground, essentially?
I would give you an extra +2. Kind of feeling
Okay.
generous.
All right,
Been real generous this session.
20.
Mm-hmm. All right. 20. There are talks that the people that own and operate this tower, the tower is the name of the library, um, being these two men in front of you now, are both absolutely insane in their own rights. That's about all you've managed to hear.
Like powerful, impressive, or
The specifics
influence?
weren't detailed. Let me switch back to the
Uh-huh.
library itself. I forgot to do that. Yeah, the specifics weren't detailed, but the things you've heard is that these two men, for differing reasons, are widely regarded as crazy.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
So he leads you downstairs, and tells you can set the artifact here.
Gnome, gnome dwarf Vothri. Huh. I apologize, Retsu, but is it okay if I turn this inside out?
Yes, just
I'll
That's
do it on
fine.
the
Go
table.
ahead.
I'll do it on
You're
the
fine.
table so it doesn't like spill. I'll do it on the table over here. And he like carefully like turns it inside out.
All right.
So everything inside the bag of holding comes spilling out,
Yeah.
but you know.
So I don't know all that you have in there, but you said cooking supplies, among
yes,
other
pots,
things.
pans, yeah, just a bunch of cooking stuff in there.
An entire kitchen falls out of this thing.
It sounds like the berserk like clang
Gordon
sound.
Ramsay falls out also. Starts cussing.
So
He's a god in this universe, apparently.
whoa, that's
Yeah,
some
that's
lore.
rumor. Yeah, that's I heard that off chance.
All right.
Yeah, Sensei said out loud, like, yeah, Gordon Ramsay is like the god of food.
All right. So yeah,
I,
everything,
I know it's
including
the lamb sauce.
the core, falls out. When it does, it starts kind of making this humming sound that you guys hadn't quite noticed because everything happened so fast and you were more focused on a few other things. But
Trying to
the
catch
the
it
the
before it-
gnomish man that was forging stops whatever he was doing and runs over to it immediately. Starts looking at it and like fidgeting, turning it around, twisting it. At one point, he touches a part of it and yanks his hand back as it zaps him a little bit, and immediately ignores it again and starts rotating it more.
Like I said, guidance.
So he's
Like a slight like tap on his shoulder, and like he feels invigorated.
yeah, he's fine. But
Out of curiosity, what is that?
sorry.
Oh, that's right here.
It is the etheric core. It's power.
Ooh,
Interesting. Actually, since Vothri cast guidance and guidance is concentration, so is disguise self, as far as I understood. As far as I remember. Vothri's disguise self would then end.
going back through Budgie's memories and then pulling out like a notebook. I think I recognize this name to a resonator of some sort.
The etheric core? Or what exactly are you talking about?
Iris's device that was given from Strat. Sounds familiar. I'll just make that note. Okay.
Hmm.
Continue. Sorry.
All right. So, shall we return upstairs to discuss payment?
Right. By the way, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you I've forgotten the accent that I was using.
Well, you're yourself now.
Oh yeah. Do you have the capability to see through illusions?
Technically speaking, no. But
Okay.
I'm never surprised by them. And
Okay.
have a general feel for magic.
Okay. Just curious. Alright, let's discuss payment.
So, your other, slightly taller, axolotl friend wants a firearm of sorts. What else did we agree on? You said an artifact yourself, correct? I see you brought in one more person. But I suppose fair is fair. So what can I get for you all?
I'll let everybody else decide what they want.
Everybody wants to be the greedy one to go first, right?
I was about
Yeah.
to say, mechanics wise, what are our left and rights on this?
Yeah.
What what
Nothing-
rarity? I should
Nothing
ask.
that'll break the world.
Okay,
But-
so not like Black Razor or Welmer Wave. Got
Yeah.
it.
But I mean-
I want the spell jamming helm.
Zai, is it Zai? Jai?
Zaishu?
Zaishu? I'm not
Zai.
actually. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the name. But he was asking about something specific for his monk at the very beginning of the session. So like, if you had something specific in mind, whatever that is, would probably be now would be the time to ask for it. Budgie's asked me for a couple things here and there, randomly. So like, one of those would probably now would be the time to ask for.
Let me guess.
That's
That's more stomach room.
So, like, if there's anything that's like your character wants but hasn't had the chance to get, us as DMs don't always know what exact items players want. So I'm basically saying if there's an item that you guys have been wanting, now's your chance.
Valkyrie said an artifact.
So
So,
while people are thinking about this, I will say like I don't know kind of because of where kind of things lie,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of is available in terms of like more than just off the shelf firearms.
Yeah,
That
so
makes sense?
I'll talk back and forth with you. I wasn't gonna give you a basic firearm. I was gonna give you something with a little bit of an enchantment. I'll talk back and
Right.
forth with you and get an idea of what sort of enchantment fits your character.
Right. And,
Before I send it over.
Which is why I wasn't trying to go first, right?
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
Valkyrie's first gonna ask, first of all, do you have books here in this library on artifacts?
We have a few. It depends
Okay.
on what you're looking to do, not necessarily the artifact themselves.
Yeah, I'm more like trying to get a general idea of like what is out there, and how long do I have to take to decide what my payment should be.
I would like to get it out as soon as possible,
Within 24 hours.
preferably.
Okay, I'll still be in the library, so I'm going to read up on some artifacts. real
Well,
quick,
and
'cause I
guess where I'm
haven't-
sending you guys for your next session tonight. So,
Hey, what?
So, just embodying all of the chaos, deck of many things. No.
I can't. Not a level 6 party. I could give you my deck of minor things, but
So, like, as a general consensus, like, for like meta knowledge, how high of rarity are we allowed to go?
Let's see.
Probably rare.
Rare, very rare. I'm
I
assuming
think just
legendary.
rare, because very rare involves a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, because I'm assuming like legendary and actual artifacts are off the table.
Yeah, well, the problem
Very
that I've run
rare.
into with D&D Beyond is a lot of stuff is like a wondrous item technically, but I mean that's the type of item it is. So like I would say rare, you might be able to get away with a very rare.
Okay, depending on it.
Yeah, I mean you're level 6. I'm not gonna push you guys to like level 12 abilities, you know, but
Okay, okay, okay. Hmm.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Lots of ooh and an on going on right now.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at a list. It's like I
And
could really benefit from something.
mm-hmm.
2 things actually.
I mean, there's quite a number of things we could all benefit from. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could all benefit from a number of things.
Like I'm not looking at things that necessarily deal damage. I'm looking at things that can like give me big utility because that's what
Yeah.
I
That's
love.
what I'm looking for as well.
I love utility so goddamn much.
Yeah, but I kind of need a firearm to make this build work. So
right. I am going to go ahead and take out stream, and we will while you guys are kind of figuring out your rewards. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. So I'm gonna deafen for a minute while you guys look.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been great. It's been grand. We have an impromptu stream tomorrow, although I do not believe it will be a PA stream. I think it's just going to be me hanging out probably with the Senate. Hopefully we have our little things working down in the bottom there. But yeah, there is that. And then it looks like either Monday or Tuesday will be another stream, although I'm not sure about that and how that will fall into my timetable. So be on the lookout for those, and as always, the best way to know when we're going live is to join the Discord down in the description below, because we send out a notification every time we go live. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all later.